welcome back. Those of you who were here last week, thank you for joining us as we demonstrated the effect that language can have on the quality of your thoughts, and then how the quality of your thoughts then affects the quality of your language, and then that has kind of a spiraling down effect. It was fun. Thank you for joining us for that.
Which is code for the Dungeon Master crew speak good. And DM God
No, we're not
speak
even.
good.
I'm
We're
so
not
sorry
even.
I missed this.
It's
really
code
missed
for
out.
we are so sorry. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Crew's
I'm
not sorry.
Don't worry. The real episode containing all of the drama and emotion will remain in the shards of my dreams. Alrighty.
And mine.
And yours, sure. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. I'm sure there was something that I was supposed to say, but I do know that there's something that you were going to talk about. So
What?
go ahead.
Oh. So yes, so we are trying to get this lovely channel to 100 followers on Twitch. So I have a giveaway going right now on my Twitter account. If you want to pop on over to @DruidPhilosophy on Twitter, you can check out my pinned tweet for the details. There'll be prizes for getting this lovely channel to 100 followers. So thank you.
All respect.
Yeah.
It is.
Crew,
Good.
get back to Talkie Man. Talkie Talk.
Oh, God.
Over the course of the last year, you heard that Cormier had been murdered horribly.
By a rock slide? Was it rocks?
Cormier was dungeoneering and forgot his pack because it weighs too much.
It does because it costs 11
Couple of
slots.
administrative or in-game some things we haven't talked about yet. Starting gold. Did anybody roll for their class yet? Nope.
Nope.
No,
Okay,
what?
cool. I have the chart right here. And then I don't remember who actually got their 3 NPC story to me by whatever Tuesday that was. I don't think you've actually done it yet.
I don't remember this at all. It's been a weird week.
Beth, I think you did. So,
I had to alternate that and homework, like real homework.
Yeah. So Talia, Cora, Cormier, and Lyra, you have a flat 100 gold at the moment. So we'll
That
start.
was 1,000.
Nope,
Yes.
it's 100.
Move that 0.
Cormier, you have 110 because you won 2 drinking contests.
Boom.
Yeah.
Starting my alcoholic career off strong.
Somehow that 10 gold lasted you for an entire year.
I was about to say, do you
It's
keep it? Or
very economical.
put it in a bank?
Good. So we have a bard who's not here. Cleric. Beth, go ahead and roll me 5d4. We're going to class you with Fighter and Paladin are the same, so also 5d4, Cormier.
D4.
Cora, go 4d4. Cora, 4d4.
Yeah, I got more money than you. Maybe.
And 4d4.
And me?
4D4.
4d4.
Okay.
All right, so hold on to that number. Lyra? 11. So you have another 110 gold.
Did I have any starting?
We're rolling for your starting.
Rogan it. Okay.
Yeah. So you have the things that we talked about, but it costs things.
I have 11. I rolled
So
one.
another 110. So you should have 210 to start. Lyra, you should have 210 to start.
11.
210 to start.
10.
10, so you just have a flat 100 gold to start.
I rolled a 17.
That's not possible.
You said 5d4.
Oh, you were at 5d4?
Four.
You rolled 17? Holy raw.
What was it? It was like 4432.
Cool.
44432. 5d4.
Cool. All right. So you should have 247. Hold on. 170.
Money bags.
Plus 110. 280. You should have 280.
How do I get 280 out of 17 plus something?
So you started with 110.
Okay.
Plus 17 times 10.
Oh, it's times 10.
Yes.
Hey, baby. Drinks on the house.
Good. That is out of the way. Cora, you get to choose a weapon, a specific weapon that you carry to use your charisma bonus for attack rolls and damage rolls. Which weapon did you choose?
So cool.
You have a flail?
No, you get to
Saddest
pick a
no.
martial weapon.
Can I get back to you about that?
So I think you've got hand axes, daggers, and Is that it? I think you have hand axes and daggers.
Yeah.
So which one of those would you pick to use as your charisma weapon? Okay. So one of your hand axes, you can use your charisma instead of your strength or dexterity for the attack roll and the damage bonus.
Even though I haven't taken like the pack book yet.
Yeah, I think it's a level 1 thing.
Cool.
Of course I didn't bring my Xanathars. Why would I? Brought all the others. Okay. Before we now actually start, let's just everybody remind each other of what we look like.
Before we do that, can I ask really fast?
Sure.
Do I have this with me? It's all yours.
For this, definitely.
Okay, awesome.
You want to go ahead and start with you?
I am Vera Mayweather. I'm a little tiny halfling old lady. Brown skin, bright blue eyes, sort of crazy curly white hair that I wear in a bun with 2 knitting needles stuck through it. Usually dressed in little cute knitted things that I've made myself with little daisy patterns, etc. So that's what I currently look like.
Talia is a half-elf, but she leans towards the elven heritage in her features. She has coppery red hair, long hair that she ties up in a knot most days. She has green eyes flecked with amber, and her mother just bought her a set of wizard's robes for her birthday, but she's not sure about wearing those yet, so she just wears a simple tunic and trousers.
Cora is a cat person.
Yes.
And she just wears like simple gray, like a tunic, pants, like not really a big deal. And she has blue fur, so like for a cat, blue fur would mean that they're like a kind of darker gray. So she's really pretty, and she has green eyes. She kind of has like stripies too, a little bit, like very subtle.
I warn you, my character's gonna come up to you and go "Nah" to your cheeks, and you're probably gonna kill me.
I don't think you can reach her cheek.
I probably couldn't reach you. Yeah, I would just
I'll
pull your
hold
tail. Yeah, so I can go this to the cutie.
Cormyr Val
Sagebrush.
Greenswallow.
You said sagebrush last
I
time.
did.
He changed his name.
But
Oh,
as you
that's-
recall,
I remember.
is
names.
an
Has a
Eladrin,
name.
an Eladrin elf, nice and tall, 6'6" or so, 260. Really hulking for an elf, like really unusually large. Dark skin, really scarred, pockmarked skin. He's a guild artisan of the smithing variety. So he spent a lot of time working heavy bellows, being around fire, getting burns, hammering things into shape. As an Eladrin, he kind of shifts between seasons. He's currently in his winter form, which means nice white hair with just a light tinge of blue, as if ice is running through it. Pale white eyes, and then really his only other distinctive feature is just a scar that runs across his face, just like somebody put their hand right across the front of it. Looks like he's almost been burned. Other than that, that's about it.
Lyra?
Lyra is an albino wood elf, and although I think albinos have
Bright
purple eyes,
red.
maybe,
They
but
do,
she
yeah.
does have red eyes, and she wears black, for like primarily black is all she wears. Little embellishments of white here and there, but you'll usually see her in like the priest's vestments that are not like typically priestly.
Awesome.
I mean, there's no typical priesthood, so.
And remind me-
so we got
It
goth albino
It's-
elf. I love it.
Just think of the exact person that you would want to wake up on a hospital bed. And
I
they're
want to
taking-
see
And they're taking care of you as you lie there helpless.
Grave cleric,
a
anyone?
goth
And then the exact
albino wood
opposite.
elf. Yes. I love it.
Alrighty.
By the way, if I stand directly in front of Cormyr, can I even see his face? I go like this.
Oh,
I don't... Like, are you standing
I mean,
right at my toes?
Yeah, if I'm standing right at your toes and look up, I probably would not be able to see your face.
I'm 5'2",
Probably
by
not.
the way, so you may be able to reach me.
I
How
might be
tall
able
did you
to
say
see-
you were?
Yeah, I'm 3 feet tall, so I wouldn't be able to reach you. To go like squishy, squishy, squishy.
You could jump and, like, hang from her cheeks.
I could jump and hang from your
If you
ears.
itch my
Alrighty
face,
then.
I'm going to. add my bonus to my claws?
No.
No.
You have to choose a specific weapon.
Claws are weapons.
So,
I know.
with that out of the way, when we last left our neighborhood dwellers,
Hey.
not heroes yet.
That's right.
Did I forget something? What did I forget?
Yay!
When we last left our neighborhood dwellers.
Tradition!
Tradition got us killed.
Oh, yeah.
Some of us more than others.
Sorry, Maddie.
You had celebrated the Darkfall Festival in the year 5364. In the middle of some of you had competed in various contests. Some of you had bribed various contest officials.
Yep.
And
That's right, that was a competition? I thought they were just giving free drinks.
Got some moolah out of that.
And in the middle of the celebrations, and one of you who's not actually here won the Bard competition and is now a student at the Bard College.
Awesome.
In the middle of the celebrations were interrupted by some sort of bizarre, sickly-looking guy with a dagger who was crying about the end of the world and an ascendant and whatever. You guys weren't listening too carefully. I mean, the crowd was being super loud, but the light shifted and everything was bathed in a heavy red light. And as you looked at the sky, you saw that the pale moon that you knew has been broken, parts of it chipped off and cracked. It is now floating in fragments in the sky, and near it, a new moon, this one red. In addition, several of the feast animals started to writhe on the tables, leap off, and you were all attacked by thoroughly roasted pigs and cattle, and it was thoroughly disturbing. Vera and Theodosia actually took care of most of those ones.
That's my girl.
You managed to put the cultist down, and continued on past that for about a year. It is now... Sorry, that's the end of the recap. It is now Sorrow Day, the second of the month of two skies, 1 year after the coming of Selosvir, the Red Moon. And tomorrow night, the city will once again celebrate Darkfall. I read this at the end of last episode, but just to refresh us. But this time, the council is holding back its funds. The celebration may be cancelled entirely. The lower docks have been partially repaired, but travel across the inland sea no longer seems possible with the chaos of new and unpredictable tides. And Anashir will be starving within a couple of years. A great deal has happened over the course of the year. You have each been sharpening your skills. Cormir, I assumed that the half-orc that you met and silently drank with in the bar, the former mercenary coming back from Westershire, I assume you gave him a night to stay and have been kind of training with him over the course of the year.
Mysterious dice roll.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. Lyra, you've been studying your precious manuscript that you've been told speaks of the times before the breaking, and while it's only in fragments and tatters and some of it is burned, you've garnered faith in what little detail and ideals that you could pull out of that manuscript. Talia, you've found a teacher and you've been studying. Vera, you've been
Polishing old skills.
resharpening some old skills. Elmania isn't here, but you guys know each other roughly. You live in the same neighborhood. You know she's been accepted to the Bard College, and sometime in the next few weeks or months or however long it takes her to advance and increase her skills, she will be expected to choose a school. Cora, I need you to roll some dice for me real quick.
Okay.
So to start, roll me a d10.
5.
Okay. Excellent. I need you to roll me another d10.
3.
A d6.
3.
Another d6. Two more d6s. So
2.
that one. 2.
And 2.
Okay. Interesting. And a D100.
Whenever the DM says interesting.
Yes,
afraid.
I hope he is the devil. 1.
I don't know. 12.
12. Well,
Because it's your
That's it.
10s?
100.
Nope. That's a 20,
She's been using the 10,
The
the 10 dice as the 10s place.
but that one is specifically 10s. It's got 2 digits.
So this is
I don't know.
12.
All right.
I don't
Dice
know
is
how
dice.
to dice.
See, you and Maddie, we're the
It's
same.
a 12.
Here, let me make
And-
it easy for you.
I swear to God.
And a
He infects
D12.
her dice.
Well, now I can't find it.
It's that one that you found easily.
5.
See, I helped.
It's not cool to touch other people's dice, man.
Who knows what
Maybe
weird
hurt my
juju
finger.
is going to happen because of that, you know?
Yeah.
It's okay, because, like, I'm one of the only frontliners in this party, so if somebody's gonna
Hey.
die,
One of.
I'm the other one. And I'm the wizard, man.
probably gonna die.
I'm a hexblade.
I have more
Probably
hit
more.
points
You
than
have
you do.
no idea what I am.
I saw you down at the dog.
He says, this is not the class you're looking for.
I don't think Jedi are in 5e, but I'll have to get
Why
back to
not?
the player handbook on that one.
Jedi who?
Cora.
Yes.
A year ago, the acolyte Lyra dragged you out of the fighting and patched you up. She probably said to you something about her deity, but you didn't hear it. You were otherwise occupied. The claw that you raked across the cultist's chest was throbbing, and another voice was overlapping Lyra's so that you couldn't really make out either one of them. Rio has come around frequently, initially, over the next few days, to hang out and make sure that you're okay. But for the rest of the several months since then, he's also been somewhat preoccupied. He tells you that he's been working frequently down in Dragon Lake, helping to repair the docks, and you haven't been able to see him much. Not a lot of quality time over the last
Sad
few
panda
months.
after I held his hand.
I know, it was going so well, and you rolled so high.
He
I'm
was
like,
very
"What's
sweet.
up?"
He came to your, where you were recovering, right, and sat by the bed and talked with you, and you guys had lots of fun. Right? But eventually, right, there seems to be a gulf open between you, and there are things that he's not telling you, and it was never like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's much more serious now. It took 2 months for you to actually begin feeling better. Weeks of fevers and cold sweats, dreams you couldn't remember when you woke up, and a general fatigue centered in that ever-present throbbing in your paw. All of these have awoken you at odd hours of the night. But finally, the fever passed, and the dreams abated. Your paw feels somewhat tender, as if kind of the first few layers of the skin just aren't there. Right? It just feels kind of raw and tender. You keep it wrapped up tight. Your mother has been very concerned. How have you, in general, reacted to her questions and worry?
It's fine, Mom. Don't worry about it. You just continue working. You're doing your best for us. Like, don't worry about me.
Okay. Your brother, the asshole,
He is a dick.
hasn't done much.
No.
He's asked for some descriptions of the feelings, memories of the dreams, etc., but without any feeling. There was no compassion there. His interest was purely academic. And when you couldn't give him the precise information that he wanted, he seems to have lost interest. How would you have responded to your brother's attitude and treatment during this time?
It's just the same old everyday thing, like nothing different, so.
And how do you ordinarily interact with your brother, the asshole?
Considering you keep calling him that.
It's very short and like, oh, you again? Why are you talking to me? You.
That's right, this is in-game, this is not real life.
I just pretended he was
She loves you,
Sam,
Sam.
except for I like
She
Sam.
really does love you.
Does Sam watch?
So I think Sam said he was watching right
Oh,
now.
great.
So,
Shout out.
more of like how I treated Sam when we were growing up, and I was a dick to him.
Okay. All right. Returning in kind. All right. He's been growing somehow even more distant, and his manner is even more condescending and superior, as it seems like he has found he's found somewhere else to stay. He's talking about moving out soon.
Good.
Oh.
Bye.
Get your room back.
Several days ago, several days before Sorrow Day, the second of the month of Two Skies, several days ago, you had another dream. You found yourself in darkness that swirled with these dark green tendrils and swirls that formed in some sort of pattern, but you could never quite catch the pattern. You know there's a pattern, but you can't quite grasp it. And you hear a voice in your head that is also coming from the darkness in all directions. Your body vibrates with it. Who are you?
Who are you? You're in my dream.
Is this your dream
Yes.
or mine? It has been an age.
I don't know. I thought that this was my dream. I'm Cora.
Cora. And that noise kind of resonates in you just to the core of your being. Something about the way it said your name just felt deeply unsettling.
I'm so right or so wrong.
Check your alignment. folks.
Don't ask that question.
So right, yet so wrong.
Unsettling. It's unsettling. And the presence, the voice seems to move through you, and you can feel your memories just being turned like a page after page, as these scenes just kind of appear in front of you. I can help you with that.
With my hatred of my brother.
Hatred. Desire for power. Yes. You accept
Yes.
without knowing the terms.
I don't care
You
what the terms
accept.
are. I'll do anything for power. To show my brother what real power is.
Alright. Next scene, we're in hell.
We're doomed.
Okay, well, there goes the rest of those paragraphs.
Scheiße.
Deal is struck.
How will I know what powers I have? Or what I can do?
The deal has been struck. The dream begins to fade. You wake up, and you feel just a couple of pulses in that one paw that then fade and are gone.
Do I have a scar on my paw?
You don't.
My paw!
But the first time that you peer into a reflective surface.
It's vampires, y'all. She doesn't have she has no reflection. It's a floating
Your
teacup.
left ear is gone.
The what?
Oh no!
Van Gogh.
Just-
What?
It looks like it has been just sliced off.
Like my mom's?
Yeah.
Aw,
I'll check her
Oh.
proficiencies.
I can hear better.
No ear.
You also notice, hold on,
Faust crap right here.
you feel a compulsion.
Strike down your family. Yeah.
Especially your
Yes.
brother. Feel it flowing through you.
As you peer into the mirror, you feel the compulsion to just kind of in
Clairvoyant.
right the steam just kind of carve that symbol. You suddenly find yourself just drawing it
Way
into
up.
the mirror. Steam from your wash basin. Just
I do.
Alrighty.
That wasn't terrifying at all.
No, not in the slightest.
That will have no effect upon our future.
We don't know because we weren't there.
Exactly. That's the message that just scrolled at the top left of the screen.
This will have
This will
no
not affect your destiny at all.
effect.
No.
Promise. Not at all.
Don't
It's
trust
Smiley
you.
face.
The pencil thief is getting what's coming to her.
So, with the advent of the red moon and the chaos of the tides and the worries of starvation that are gripping the city, a variety of difficulties has been plaguing the city for the last year, but they've been intensifying in recent months, and the city has decided that all citizens must do their part. So you have each been organized. Did I finish that? I didn't. Okay, I stopped it. You've been sharpening skills. So, ghouls and undead outbreaks have been kind of the main problem. So every able-bodied citizen has been conscripted to do their part, and for one night each month, you must patrol your specified section of neighborhood. Now, what bureaucratic slip of a quill decided that your century-plus-old grandmother halfling counted as able-bodied, you're
I'm
not really
fine.
sure. So, it is
I'm
midwinter.
awesome.
It is bitterly, bitterly cold. You are each wrapped in the warmest of your clothing, with the articles of your class, your new class, and your old trade upon you, walking to the square where that Darkfall Festival was held. You are meeting Regulator Ariane Marshall outside the Snowdrop Inn.
Right.
Snowdrop.
So, he's there. Thick features, heavy brow, big, human, male, clean-shaven. Citizens! There's no reason for him to be shouting. You have been grouped by the Office of the City Watch as a patrol unit. As this is your first patrol, you will have 1 week to submit your call sign to the Office of the City Watch. If you do not, you will each be fined 5 copper pieces, and a name will be chosen for you by the janitorial staff of the Office of the City Watch. Your job as citizens of the city is to keep your fellow citizens safe by walking your designated patrol. You are to apprehend suspicious characters and discover their business. If their business is nefarious, summon the City Watch using this whistle. Who's taking the whistle? Talia has the whistle. And they will arrive to take the suspect into custody. You are to investigate suspicious activity that may threaten the safety or well-being of the city or its inhabitants. You are to keep the peace and quell any disturbances you may... Did you have a question?
No, I just was going to say that you don't actually have to shout. You know, we are not deaf.
Who's shouting?
Never mind.
But maybe he's deaf.
He heard me just fine.
Maybe he reads lips.
Should you encounter monstrous creatures, you are to put them down immediately, tag the remains, and summon the city watch to secure the scene and collect the remains. If you run into something you can't handle, then, and only then, do you call the city watch for assistance.
We have to know if the scene is safe first before we can enter.
BSI. Seems like.
Within 24 hours of completing your patrol, you must submit a full report of your doings and seeings over the course of your patrol to the office of the City Watch. Should you fail to do so, you will each be fined 5 copper pieces and assigned to temporary janitorial duty in the office of the City Watch. Do you have any questions?
Can we pick the names?
Now?
You will need to submit that in writing to the office of the City Watch within 1 week.
What was the first part that we had to submit to the office?
Our call sign.
The call sign of your patrol.
How do
Of
we
our
know
whole
what
patrol.
our call sign is?
We gotta figure,
You choose and submit it in writing to the office of the City Watch.
Is it like a name that we choose, or like a picture, like a little
It's a name!
name? Does it matter if it's our real name, or can we make a fake name?
Submit your name to the office of the City Watch within 1 week.
Just to clarify, young man, is this a name for the whole group, or is it a name separately for each
The
of us?
name for your patrol.
For the whole group.
You're each a member of the patrol.
Still confused.
It's all right, Ma. I can explain to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where's the Dragonborn?
She's studying. I left
She's
her in the library
probably
several
dead.
hours ago.
Cormier.
No, she's seriously at the library. I left her there.
She probably cut her finger on the books and got poisoned.
Cormier.
Why are
It's
you
the
always such a
truth.
Debbie Downer?
He
I
wasn't.
don't know.
The last time we saw him, he was drinking real good.
Studying does not take precedence over the demands of the official
But
city
she just-
regulators.
but she
She
just
will be
got
fined
into
5 copper
college.
pieces.
But she just got into the college.
You may find yourself challenged by the City Watch or other neighborhood patrols during your duties. You may find yourselves wishing to challenge others in order to ascertain their genuine authority. The challenge phrase this month will be as follows. What's the word for today? The correct response is, don't fuck up.
I'm sorry, young man, but I cannot give the proper response if we are challenged.
I'll say it for you, Ma.
It's
I mean-
okay.
I mean, words like that are not clever. You understand?
I didn't really hear him.
We're probably
My
gonna
ear
fuck
has been
up.
really bothering me.
Yes, is that new? Are you all right, dear?
You should ask Lyra to take a look at it. Or my mother. You could come and see Mother. Mother would fix you
probably
right
I
up.
was
Plague.
hoping he could repeat what he said again. A little louder this time.
Cora!
What did you say?
But
It's
Mother...
probably the plague.
It could
Seriously,
be.
Mother would give you a cream for that.
Okay, we can talk about that. Okay.
This sounds like inter-patrol business.
What?
If there are no more questions, and he takes his kind of ledger, snaps it shut,
What's the
tucks it under his
challenge
arm.
Word again?
Don't fuck up.
What's the word
What was,
for today?
what was the challenge?
What's the word for today?
Don't fuck up. I've got it.
The response is don't fuck up.
Leah!
Can you say it a little louder one more time?
Don't fuck up.
I think that is quite
He's doing
enough.
this with a completely straight face. No alteration in expression the entire time.
For shame.
Don't fuck up.
Don't fuck up.
We've got it. Thank you. I fear that our grandmother is...
Turns and strides
Thank you.
away.
To wash out that young man's mouth with soap, I tell you that.
It's all right, Ma.
They're all words.
I'm sure you've heard worse in some of the places you've been on your travels.
May I
What
see
on
the
earth you're
whistle?
talking about?
You're actually, if I have time.
What'd you say?
I
Yeah,
like
Beth.
it.
Actually, I would like to take a look at that ear once I see her and notice that it's missing. I'm like, what?
Others can see that my ear is gone, right? That wasn't just
Yeah,
my
the ear's gone.
Lyra's gonna look at your
It
ear.
could have just been me looking in my reflection and be like, fuck.
Paranoid so early. I haven't even done anything to you guys yet.
Yet.
Seriously?
So
Lyra's
Lyra,
taking a look at your ear.
while she's looking at the ear, I'm just gonna take the whistle and just blow a really sad. Like it's not even. It's mostly air.
Oh no.
There's a response.
I do it again. Sadder this time. Even quieter. Just. It's mostly just.
Cormier, can
It's a
I have
cheerful
the whistle
response.
back, please?
I guess.
Thank
I
you.
probably
What direction
can't blow
is
it
the
very
response
well.
coming from?
Roll a perception check.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
First roll on the
Come on.
Sucks.
Third roll of the night.
First D20 roll.
nine.
Yeah, but all the rest were to figure out what being is granting her power in return for what?
9.
9? It's not very difficult. It's you look around the streets and you don't see anybody, and you look up. There's just a pigeon sitting on the
Do I happen to have any breadcrumbs upon my person or cookie crumbs?
It's 4 days until you would be baking,
True.
so not
Never
not too
mind.
much at the
I
moment.
haven't been baking.
So Lyra is investigating your missing ear. Lyra, go ahead and roll a medicine check.
That is a 15.
15. It looks as if somebody took a not terribly sharpened blade and just kind of jaggedly half sliced, half tore the ear off. Ow. Months ago. Not right. It's not fully healed, but there's most of the scar tissue is in place. So like it looks like a relatively recent wound, not fully healed, but also not fresh.
But you said it was several days ago when I had the dream and this all happened, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Interesting.
Have I seen her before that? Or is this like
Yeah, you guys all live in roughly the same area. You all frequent to the same inn. I love how all of your backstory is just kind of
Yeah.
focused
thanks.
on that inn.
That was good for Mary.
Yeah.
Mary did that for us.
Thanks,
Thanks, Mary.
So yeah, you guys have all seen each other. You've probably exchanged glances. In the summer, he's probably held doors for a couple of you.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
Little
How
gloomster.
did I miss this? What happened?
I don't know. I just woke up one day and it was gone.
What? One day? This is not a one-day wound. This has been healing for a while. You couldn't have gotten this overnight.
I don't know what to tell you. I woke up one day and it was gone.
Dear girl, where have you been sleeping?
I was sleeping at home. I don't know. It was very strange. I'm not really worried about it. I look a little more like my mother now, and I just really enjoy that.
That's sweet.
Mothers are the best.
Yes.
They really are, aren't they? They really are.
Yes, they do tend to outlive us males.
I'm so sorry, but that's a little bit true.
I need to
Call
advance
me.
the seasons quickly.
No, this is the best. This is the best. This is the best
Please
personality.
put me in spring.
It is full dark. Oh no.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Hoog is not coming back.
Will he become Baelish in the spring, though?
I don't understand.
Imagine a combination of the two.
Oh, God.
Wait, no.
It is dark. The streets are not lit in Anashir during non-festival times. So it is full dark.
I pull out my
it's-
dagger and cast light on it.
Okay, so you could
Thank
use
you,
light, or
Jerry.
does that somebody want to carry a torch? You just gonna use light, multiple torches. How are we
Unsling
lighting?
my warhammer and just kind of hang it down by my heels and just light.
So cast in front of you, right? So you can see, right? Yes, there's bright light all around you, but you can also see as you guys are walking, just your shadows of your legs just on the ground, all over there. It's
Just
a little
dragging the head of the
disconcerting.
warhammer. Just
Aw.
Okay, so we've got 2 light sources. Anybody else carrying a light source?
I'll carry a light source.
Torch or casting light?
Torch.
Okay.
I'm sorry, loves. I like to have both hands free.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
I only need one hand free. It's fine.
Okay.
Who wants to make the first roll?
For what?
Yay!
Cora.
Concentration?
Who knows?
For the first part of your patrol.
Ooh.
I definitely have not spent the last 2 weeks creating an encounter chart.
Of course he hasn't. We're not all about to die.
Umberholz burrow out of the ground.
What
All
kind
bears.
of roll? Anything?
A D100.
Oh,
Oh.
D100?
Not
What?
a perception roll?
Oh, Lord.
To determine our...
Oh, gotcha.
It's a big chart.
So when we die, 27.
Oh,
What
this
is it, Cora?
It makes more sense now that you're...
Well, pick one and be consistent.
72.
The one with 2 digits is
That's
is the 10s.
I got it now.
Okay, so what'd you roll?
That's backwards.
72. 27 or 72, whatever's more fun for
Oh,
you.
the night starts out exciting.
Oh,
Yes.
no. This is all your fault, man.
You guys,
Gonna die.
you guys start your patrol. So this is your neighborhood.
My house.
So she lives there. Just roughly, where do you guys live? Cormier, where's your house? So this is kind of the square, and there are all kinds of side streets that,
I live
spiderweb
just
and
off the
ribbon
square.
all the way through there. So you live just off the square. We'll
Yeah.
put you here.
I have a house.
You do have a house.
I don't know where it is. I'd probably get lost.
Can I
Paranoid
invent
and-
That's the bar. Cora,
To your, like, far right.
so depressed.
over here.
I'm at the door.
Further right.
Like me.
It's in this neighborhood. So this is the council
the last
district.
5 million
But,
years
up.
in a car park.
Yeah, over there. So,
Okay, right is this way for me. You want up here?
I kept
Yes.
going up.
Okay,
like,
so
up and right. There. That's fine.
right there.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I'm going to adopt Cormier.
Talia, where do you live?
I told you I live off this square.
Yeah, you already marked her.
Oh, I already got her. I'm sorry, Lyra. Where do you live?
Can you see it, Beth?
No.
I can, but in the center somewhere. Oh, thank you.
Towards the center. Okay. So you. Sometimes you're the one who finds Cormier. You know where his house is.
Just leaning up against a wall, just kind of... He always has white hair when this happens.
Oh.
Winter's a rough season.
Oh.
Considering the last campaign was 2 years and
Only
took place over the course of
in-
only like a month and a half.
I know. Gosh.
Anyway,
Yeah, but it's nighttime, so...
It's worse.
Who
Okay.
knows?
as you guys are walking through
Trudging.
the alleys, trudging.
Trudging.
I'm walking.
through the
Sorry,
alleys.
some of you are walking, one of you is trudging. Through
sort
the
of
darkened
telling.
alleyways and streets. Suddenly,
Little hunchback.
Cora, you hear the sound of breaking glass and shattering wood coming from a nearby street.
I hear something!
It's okay, they're probably dead already.
Cormier.
Well, we should
Well,
go find
I think
them at
you
our
heard
job.
of this to go
Statistically,
look
it's
for
the
them,
most
right?
Yeah.
likely.
You heard
Can I
the
tell,
loud gentleman. We have to investigate.
Can I tell from what direction it's coming from?
Oh, yeah.
What direction? Where's it coming from?
That direction.
To the right. It's
Okay.
coming from the right.
We're gonna go there.
Okay.
We're gonna go investigate.
I will go
Okay.
up front with Cora. Is it wide enough we can walk side by side?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So you guys walk
I'm
down the
illuminated.
street for a little ways.
I will slightly fall behind the group.
Oh, so you're back there with me.
I would like
Yes.
to walk with a purpose.
You walk with purpose.
I walk
Yeah.
I
right
try
next
and
to
like
you.
reach up to your elbow and just go like pat.
You guys are all walking,
pat.
and suddenly, you walked away from the Snowdrop Inn, took some side alleys. Cora was in front. You hear the smashing of glass. You run down a street, right back into the main square, right outside the Snowdrop Inn, just in time
This
to see a
always
human
happens.
go smashing out through one of the windows and slam into the streets. And then a stool goes
Western.
flying out after him, and the doors to the Snowdrop Inn burst open, and you see a Minotaur standing there with 5 or 6 other people hanging off of his limbs, and he's just thrashing around and bellowing, and you see about 15 other people, and they all come spilling out into the street. And there is now a bar brawl happening
I
in
blow
the middle of the
whistle.
street.
I have the whistle. You gave it back to me.
Oh, I did?
She has the whistle.
I
So, alrighty.
Darling,
Cora,
no whistle, please.
Surely we
You
can
were in
handle
front.
this on our own, can't we?
We can handle this on our own.
Vera.
Well, surely.
Nice. Awesome. You're in the back. You're about here. Talia, you're walking right next to Cora?
Yep.
Yeah, you said right next to Cora. And I need a Lyra. I don't have a Lyra.
Use a skeleton. It's probably what she'll end up by the end of this
You
campaign.
got a good one.
Your Cormier
Heroes
is
of the
showing.
Realm. Okay.
Well, I was going to
Um,
suggest that we hire a necromancer to bring back Mary's character because she's probably dead in the library.
The bar brawl covers this area. We're ignoring the large map at the moment. Just
Okay.
forget all of this is here. Yeah, the bar brawl doesn't cover,
I
of
do
the neighborhood.
anyway.
So, and it is moving towards you guys. You guys frequent the Snowdrop Inn.
Yeah.
You know, when blades come out, things become a serious problem. Blunt weapons tend to be better
Bounce
at
off.
subduing rowdy
So,
crowds.
Do we know the
So,
Minotaur? Have
I
we
will-
seen him before?
Everybody roll initiative.
Oh,
You've never
shit.
seen the Minotaur
I
before.
wanted to say something before we roll the initiative.
Yes.
Can I just grab my necklace and cast mage armor on myself?
Nope.
You gotta do it like Lizanath used to do it as an anxiety.
Sweet.
No, you
I
can't
rolled a
do
1.
that.
Perfect.
It really is perfect. Okay. 25 to 20.
Natural 20. I had up to a 23.
So what's the total?
23. I'm speedy.
20 to 15.
Next number?
15 to 10.
Next number?
I didn't think I was gonna have to look at the bar brawl's dexterity score, but
9.
10 to 5?
9.
9?
I am the Flash.
Lyra
You
got a 5.
Lyra, what's your dex mod?
+1.
Okay, roll again.
I got the same thing.
So did they!
Yes.
Monsters go first. Nope.
I go first.
Talia was on a 9. Anybody? You got a 7, okay.
Cormier's on a 1.
No. I reach him again and go pat, pat,
Off.
pat on your elbow.
To a very strong
It's okay.
start.
This happens.
Oh.
Then it goes the
Lord,
It
brawl,
really does, doesn't it, love?
and then it goes Lyra.
Alright, Laura.
Okay, so I've got everybody on there. All right,
It's
Vera,
a 5% chance.
what are you
every
doing?
time.
to attempt to subdue this brawl.
Any cover nearby? I'm not dumb.
I mean, you guys just burst right out into kind of the
I didn't.
square, and
I was hanging back on purpose for this exact reason.
sure. Okay, sure.
I was hanging back so that
As a
they would
halfling.
hit the issue first.
As
Oh, they'll definitely hit the issue first.
Yes.
But-
As a halfling, you have hide in plain sight, which means, or not hide in plain sight, but something like that. You can hide behind a normal sized person.
I can.
You can,
Yes.
actually, yeah.
I can hide behind
Which
creatures larger than you,
Yes.
which Cormier truly
Cormier is
is.
significantly larger than you. So what are you doing?
Is there anything besides
Talia, you're up
Cormier around me that I can hide behind?
So you guys kind of...
Are we coming up an open street?
Essentially, your route so far has taken you kind of in this
Doo-doo.
curve. So you guys are coming out of the alley right here.
So there's an alley.
So yeah, there's an alley.
Mm-hmm. Is there any crap in the alley? Barrels, trash, etc.?
Sure.
I will go and hide behind one of them. But
I mean,
where I
there's
have an
also,
eye line.
in the alleys, there's also quite a bit of snow.
Oh,
The streets have been swept clear.
awesome.
But
I
yeah.
am going to dig myself into a little snow pile, but where I can still keep eye line on everything that's going on.
Okay.
And I will take out my little hand crossbow and go. And I will wait.
Just readying it? Okay.
And I will hold my action if any of parts of my patrol look in mortal danger.
Okay.
I will fire upon the perpetrator.
You got it. Talia, you're up. Cora, you're on deck.
Okay.
I'm now a
So,
little snowman.
Knowing my history, as you do, I'm going to convince myself that I'm not a horrible person Who seems to be the most incensed of the crowd?
The Minotaur.
We're all terrible people inside.
Roll an insight check.
Oh,
Okay.
I can't reach your elbow anymore.
Oh, that's good. Insight is a skill that I have something in. That would be a 19.
19. Okay. It's definitely centered around the Minotaur. You all would know. Beast races. Actually, Cora would know this more than most.
Yeah.
Beast races are very ill-treated in the great cities. Typically, there are neighborhoods where they tend to congregate and mostly stay there. If they find themselves in the wrong neighborhood, they're going to be beat up, mugged, killed outright, beaten to death. All kinds of awful, awful things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's definitely centered around the Minotaur. Everybody is really incensed.
Okay. Do I get the sense that if the Minotaur maybe calmed down a little bit, things would be better?
With a 19, you get the sense he didn't start it.
Okay, do I get the sense of who started it?
No.
No.
It's a mob at this point.
It's
mob
the
started
whole
it.
mob. Okay. Okay, so I will convince myself that I'm not an awful person.
Okay.
And I will attempt to cast Charm Person on the Minotaur
Okay.
and assure him that he can come and hang out with us. And if we just walk away from all of this, it will be fine.
He doesn't hear you. Then the charm person, do they need to? They need to be able to hear you, don't they?
So let me double check.
They have to be able
Just
to
try to-
understand you.
You can see
Which would
with
imply
it.
that they
But
need
You
to
attempt
hear
to
you.
charm a
Talking in their
humanoid you
head.
can see within range.
You can see. They don't
Yeah, but they're
Um,
immune if they're unable to understand you.
It doesn't say anything about that, actually. You attempt to charm a
understand
humanoid. Is he a
language.
humanoid?
Never mind. You cast the spell. He is immune to being charmed.
Oh.
Oh, dang.
The mob is immune to being charmed. For all intents and purposes, we're treating the mob as a creature.
Okay.
It's raging.
Creature codex. It's awesome. Okay,
Well, that was my turn then.
that was your action. Not doing anything else. Not backing away from the mob that's heading towards you. The wizard.
She's got as many hit points as I do. She'll be fine.
She doesn't.
No,
She
I will.
does.
This is why I'm in a snowdrift.
Okay.
With a gun.
I will back up 15 feet.
You're standing next to a despondent Cormier.
I didn't think that anyone would be back here with me.
I absentmindedly
with
just
you.
like
Oh
pat his elbow.
no! You're kind of back here in a snowdrift.
I am
No,
keeping
she's-
eyes on everything.
No,
I'm
you're
close
keeping
enough.
eyes.
Behind
So
Cormier.
Yes.
We'll do this.
Sorry, I'm imagining myself like LeFou in
That's
Beauty
the
and the
alley.
Beast when he was disguised as a snowman. That's what I'm doing.
Cora, what you doing?
For one, I just realized that I have the cat-like reflexes where I can add my proficiency bonus have to my initiative rolls. Just for the record. Anyway,
So you rolled a 7.
yeah,
yeah.
so it'd be
Sorry.
You're still going after Talia.
Oh
8.
no.
I was just saying, like, I forgot that
Okay.
that's a thing.
Good.
New
to know.
characters. Super
Thank you.
awesome
I need to say it out loud sometimes.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
I don't want to, like, so would I know that I have Eldritch Blast, or, like,
How threatened do you feel right now?
I'm screwed.
The pulsing is back in your paw, and you feel power gathering at both of your paws.
Okay. I wouldn't want to hit anyone with it. I would want to, like, hit something off to the side, like the building or the ground, just to scare people and maybe make them stop.
Are you doing anything other than casting the spell?
And I'll yell, "Stop!
Roll an-
Leave him alone!"
Roll an intimidation check.
Okay. Yay.
Shot across the bow.
8!
8? Okay.
So ferocious.
You are dead to me.
8. Yeah. Okay.
This one's my favorite.
One person in this mob of maybe 20 or 30 just kind of gets knocked out of the crowd and sees the blast go by and goes, and heads back inside.
The only smart man in this
The
crowd.
crowd is reduced by 1.
I tried. I didn't want to hurt anyone.
Brawl's turn. The Brawl is going to move forward and engulf. That's going to move forward 10 movement speed. Okay, it's going to move forward and it's going to engulf Lyra and Cora. And it is going to make... Oh, there it is. It's going to make an attack against each of you. So, attack against Lyra is a 16 to hit. And they're swinging with a bar stool.
1d100 damage.
17.
Your armor class is 17?
She don't get hit.
Okay, the crowd starts, it just starts to kind of morph towards you over the ground, and you stand your ground, and a bar stool comes flying out of the crowd, and you just kind of duck it.
That's our cleric.
Nice.
Go, Beth.
They swing at you with broken bottles,
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
because you're a cat person.
Yeah.
Aw,
I mean,
this is a racist crowd. I hate them more.
It's a racist city.
This is a
It's a
racist
racist
city. I hate it more.
It's a racist world. 15 to hit.
it hits.
Okay. Oh, shit.
How is your AC that low?
Oh, Jesus.
Because isn't it 10 plus your dex?
I thought you were wearing armor.
You're a warlock. You get armor.
Yeah, you get medium armor.
It's 11
No.
plus your dex.
Leather. 11. But my dex is 0.
Oh, that's right, because your dex rolls.
I remember the one thing that was terrible.
That and my con.
Oh,
They're both 0.
So anyways,
You don't know that.
You take 6 points of slashing damage.
Oh.
Lyra, your turn.
Wow, 6 points, huh?
Yeah.
Help her!
hey, Jesus.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Okay.
Oh,
Well, in that case, I will cure wound.
The beef.
Alright, and that actually, so because I chose the Divine Domain, that adds 2 plus the spell level, so that's an extra 3 automatically.
Yeah, so you roll a d8 and add your wisdom mod and then add 3.
What if I end up with more health than
Oh
I
my gosh,
have?
I rolled an 8, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
The slashes strike your fur. They bite into your skin, and you are overwhelmed once again with just the hatred that you have felt in the city since you came here as a child. And you kind of start to fall back, and then hands reach out and push against your back, and your whole body just feels warm and good. And you turn and look, and Lyra is standing there, kind of pulling her hands away from you. You doing anything else?
Oh, thanks, Lyra.
No, I'll stay right in the center of the group.
Okay.
So you and Cora are the only ones engulfed by the mob
So far.
so far, in terms of movements. Just so you know.
So you're in the middle of the crowd.
Oh, I have to leave now, actually. So I only have one more spell slot, which I would like to use for healing on a party member. Anyone else that is within my ability, I'd like to use a cantrip to spare the dying or cast Sacred Flame on an enemy if it comes to that.
Okay, you got it.
Great idea.
Thank you, Beth.
Bye, Beth.
We love you.
We love you very much.
We're gonna have to start starting earlier.
That's
Get
a
up for
big
very
problem. I know. Running
Okay. All right.
Bye, Beth.
Well, that was her action. Cormier.
I'll kind of half-heartedly take my warhammer and just kind of clang it against my shield. Y'all are probably gonna die from the plague. Probably should go back to drinking.
I'm so depressed.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, advantage. That totally works.
Disadvantage.
I know.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
This is 5.
Okay. Surprisingly, a couple more people just kind of look at you, And they don't seem to hear what you're saying, but they see you standing there, huge warhammer shield, and a couple more people just kind of grumble off and go inside. Meanwhile, the Minotaur has a stool and has just clocked some poor sucker.
Are we calling that an action?
No.
Oh, okay. I would like to try and grab
A big one.
someone of our party.
Okay.
Probably her, since she's tiny and squishy.
Okay.
And try and drag her out of the crowd.
Okay. So you would go 5, 10, grab 25. You can get her to the edge of the crowd. Okay. The crowd is difficult to read.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay, so the edge of the crowd is now basically right
You set out
here.
the whistle, right?
No, I didn't blow the whistle yet.
Oh. How have I not blown the whistle yet?
Okay.
And
It's
if
not
I
my
had the
turn yet.
whistle, let's be facing the Frax, no one
No
would
one
hear.
Vera,
I'm Vera.
Yes.
what's up?
So, would going down to 2 hit points count as mortal danger?
I thought it was more like if somebody went down.
Oh,
Is
okay.
more what
Yeah,
I meant.
if
If
somebody
somebody
goes
was
down.
at 0.
She's only got one. This is only the first of 5 encounters tonight.
Seriously?
Great.
They're not all
our
combat
hit dice.
encounters.
Can I get to...
Few of them are, actually.
Can I get to Talia at this point? I have 25 speed.
No. I'm
Can
sorry,
I-
you could get just to her.
Yes. Can I get to her close enough to say, "Give me the whistle"?
Can't give it to you. It's not my turn.
I mean, you can just...
Close enough to snatch it off her neck.
Sure, you can snatch it off her neck.
I snatch it off her neck and blow the whistle as
I
hard
am
as I
really
possibly
tall.
can.
By the way,
I
5'10".
hop.
You hop,
Adorably.
you grab it, you blow the whistle, and you're sure they'll be here at some point.
Yes, they will, but at least they'll be here at some point.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Talia.
Ma, I was going to...
Did we do it?
It's fine. Ma, I was going to blow it. That's fine.
I know you
Okay.
would, dear, but
So-
I was faster.
All right. So I will just make... I'm 5'10", so I'm fairly tall. Is there anything I can stand on to elevate myself up even higher?
You guys are in the open square.
Okay, fine. Mm-mm.
Yeah, step on the old woman to get a
As
place.
she does that, I'm like, no.
Let me check your alignment real quick.
That's what would happen.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Oi! You lot! Stop! Just calm down, okay? We'll get the dude out of here. Just let him have us. We're with the City Watch. We'll take him in. You all go back to your drinking.
That's about what you get.
Okay.
Roll an intimidation check.
I was trying to be persuasive. This is fine.
You threatened them with the City Watch.
Okay. Well, hang on. Charisma's not my dubstep. That is 13.
13? Okay. A few people hearing you, like, I don't want to mess with the watch. They break away. The crowd's still coming.
Great. Was that my action?
No, that was your words. Are you doing a thing while you do that?
Use your words.
No, so I did that, and now I will just ready a firebolt in case anyone takes any more swipes at us.
Oh, God.
Okay, sure. Cora, you've been dragged out of the fighting.
I
The fighting is still about 5 feet away, but
I give him a little pat. And
Everybody
then,
just pats Cormier the whole campaign.
I know Cormier's nickname.
It's the least
Patsy?
I could do.
Eeyore.
Eeyore.
Is there anywhere close like I could climb up on
I mean,
with my claws?
Cormier's there.
I don't want to use my claws to climb on him, but
There's really nothing else to climb.
I want to climb up on his shoulders. Cormier, I'm going to climb up your shoulders. And then
I'm
once
only
again,
good
like
for a
Eldritch Blast
stool.
somewhere in the center of the area
Okay.
and not like try to not hit anyone and then tell him, stop, we're the City Watch! Rah!
do a little cat hiss on the end there. Yes.
Rolling
I'm just imagining a cat on top of my shoulders, all arched back with like fur,
Fur on
and I'm
you.
just like,
I guess this is
Roll an
happening.
intimidation check.
Ooh! 19. Non-natural.
An unnatural 19. God knows what went into that 19.
Great. The majority of the crowd has dispersed at this point. There's still a knot of about 6 people attacking the Minotaur. But as you watch, he downs one more of them, and they just hit the ground unconscious.
I'm gonna hiss harder.
Lyra
Is gone.
is gone.
Is gonna spare the dying on whoever just fell.
That's
the
true.
Minotaur hit.
She's gonna do that.
Well, she said one of the party members.
The
She
spare
said
the dying is
healing
healing.
was for
Spare
the...
the dying for anyone.
You are.
Yeah.
Cormier, you're up.
Dost thou refer to me? You just wait.
There's not much
Wait
we
till
can.
spring.
I'm gonna get my punches in while I can.
Yeah, there's not much we can do to the DM.
What are you doing?
So we're standing at the edge of the crowd.
You're at the edge of the crowd. I'm sorry, the crowd didn't get to go, did they?
I was
No.
Yep.
wondering.
With
The crowd
that,
comes after.
there's less of them, so they can really only engulf
Fewer of them.
these 3. There are fewer of them.
I'm gonna be. I'm sorry. I'm a teacher. I'm gonna be obnoxious.
Can I, have steered Cormier out of the crowd? Away further from the crowd? No?
Because they moved in.
One attack against... Who just threatened them with the City Watch?
I did.
You did, but you're not in the crowd. You're yelling things.
On
You rolled
top
really
of-
well on the intimidation. So one attack against you, one attack against Lyra. So Lyra.
Oh, bother.
Nope. 21 to hit.
Oh God.
You get hit with a bar stool.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Ow.
I probably deserve that.
You take 2 points of damage. Because
Okay.
I rolled 1.
This is my life now.
That
This isn't my
hurts.
first bar fight.
Oh my god.
I want.
I've done that to someone else.
It
Yeah.
probably won't be the last.
What goes
either.
around comes
Oh
around.
my god. Ladrin, baby.
I love it.
Next time you say, these are the available races, and one of your players is like, but can I do this? Say no. Just stick to your
Always
guns.
say yes.
Says the
God, you
person
let me
laughing.
be a cat.
Always say yes.
You wouldn't have let me be a cat otherwise.
But
Yeah, but
Why? So you can climb on my shoulders and go,
I made you build an entire culture for me to allow you to play a cat.
oh, I can do that too. You want me to
Just
do
so
that?
that
No, I've got
Vera
enough
can
culture
go.
already. Now it's Lyra's turn. Lyra casts Spare the Dying. Now it's Cormier's turn. You're in the middle of the crowd.
Dang.
Cormier takes the dodge action.
Vera, it's your turn.
And moves out of the crowd.
Okay, see, taking the dodge action is different from moving out of the crowd and taking the dodge action.
No, I take the dodge action and then move. Because I have 0 trust for this business.
Fair. 5, 10.
Away?
Like all of your movement?
No, probably like 10 feet away since I have a hissing cat on my shoulders.
That's true. Oh, that's right. She's on your shoulders. Roll an acrobatics check.
Don't fall. You'll probably break
Dex
an
is
elbow.
not her thing.
There's a smiley face on the bottom.
I did do that.
It's for good luck.
It's a 5?
Oh,
You're still in the middle of the
heaven.
crowd and you're prone.
Oh, Lord in heaven.
Oh.
Vera.
Quick question. Wait, go ahead with your question first.
I have the cat's claws. I can get up there. No?
Don't you have
Okay.
advantage on Dex checks?
Quick
But I have
question that I never
resistance from
considered.
Yes.
Oh.
Am I racist?
That is entirely up to you.
I
Probably
really, really don't want to be racist, so I won't be racist. I do have a lovely cat
The-
person.
the
in
Slacks?
my- yeah,
Has quite a few
yeah, like they would have been my
minority
neighbors.
populations.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I am going to walk around Talia so that the crowd can hear me.
Do I get attack of opportunity?
I don't know. Do you want one?
You want it? I allow PvP. So 10.
We know.
Where are you going?
Just so that the crowd can hear me.
They could
Get
hear you.
where
if
they
you-
can hear and see me.
Okay, right there is fine.
See me. I'm just gonna stand out, obviously, where they can see me, and just say, "Back off of that Minotaur. The reinforcements are on the way. This is foolish. This is over."
Roll a persuasion check. With disadvantage this time.
Well, since you already got disadvantage, you just kind of hear Cormier on the other side. They probably won't be here in
That's so
time.
unfair. That's so unfair.
was a natural
It was a 5 and a natural 20.
Oh,
I feel
I'm
like
so
if
angry.
you roll a natural 20 on and you have disadvantage,
You
that
should just
it-
retype it.
It's 9.
No?
Oh, 9?
Mhm.
Oh.
I am very small.
Or you can get like the medium.
The Minotaur.
Don't
At
they
this
have any
point,
respect
he's
for the
knocked out
elderly
2
in
of
this
them.
town?
2 others have just kind of fled back inside, and there's one last one who's clinging to the back of the Minotaur.
Notice I said back off of the Minotaur. I'm not talking to him.
Oh, I know. And the Minotaur is like trying to reach around and grab him. And as you guys are looking, you realize that guy's already knocked cold. He's just like somehow still clutching. Finally, the Minotaur grabs him and just throws him 15 feet.
I didn't get to make angry cat noises.
Go do it now.
He turns and looks at you all and just
Hey.
stomps off through the snow.
Wait, what's your name?
He's still stomping off through the snow.
He
Let-
probably doesn't speak common.
That's not necessarily true, Cornelia.
I don't know.
Let him go, love. He's had quite a night, I think, at this
Well,
point.
but it wasn't nice how those people were treating him.
No. Nice is not the term I would use.
We shouldn't be mean to people just because they're different from us. That's not right.
I agree. But, peace maintained, job done. Shall we?
And we didn't even fuck up.
At this
That's
point,
not clever.
At this point, a squad of 5 City Watch arrives. They see the bodies on the ground. They see you guys. Why'd you call us? It looks like you've got this under control.
It wasn't under control when I called, but we sorted it.
Hey,
Look, we've got a lot of other things to
Sure.
worry about. Don't be blowing that whistle willy-nilly.
well, sure, but also show some respect to Ma, please.
Yes.
She's far older than you, and you shouldn't be yelling at her.
Roll a persuasion check.
She might get pneumonia in the cold.
No, don't put that idea in my head, love.
That would be a 10.
A 10? Okay. Sorry, Mom. Look,
No trouble.
blow it next time, only when you really need help. The squad turns and heads back off.
But
down
I
into
thought
the
we should leave.
I thought we
Okay,
didn't need help.
You guys have now patrolled this kind of this area in
Hey,
here.
patrolled somewhere by my house.
Who wants to roll the second one?
I'll roll it.
Talia?
I'm
Roll a D1
keeping this whistle.
D100. You guys go back off. Walking around for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes through the streets.
That would be a 15.
15.
No, I'm sorry, a 51.
That's a different number.
Yeah, 51. Sorry.
Who's holding a torch?
Lyra was.
Lyra.
Oh,
I
Lord.
still have light up on my dagger, right? Because it's
You
just
still
a
have
duration.
light on your warhammer.
That's true. So
yeah,
actually,
it's like dragging
it's like
kind of just down by
leaving
my
a
ankles.
trail in the snow.
who's
as you
carrying
go.
light? You're carrying
I
light. You're
am.
carrying light, and Lyra's carrying light.
Mhm.
She's carrying
Okay.
a torch. Lyra's carrying a torch.
Sure. 1 and a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh dear.
Dragging your hammer through this.
Oh, bother.
You suddenly hear loud wings, and as you just kind of dully look up, you see 3 huge moths just kind of start flying down towards you. And then everybody roll initiative.
Cool. Are you serious?
I'm loving my initiative rolls this game.
Can I roll with disadvantage?
Sure.
Out of sheer depression.
I mean, it's not much worse.
You also have a D4 misery die.
Okay.
Oh.
What's a D4 misery die for me?
You can add or subtract it.
Oh yeah!
From any attack roll, saving throw, or
So it's like-
ability check.
It's free. Not really.
Yeah. Maybe you just become so nihilistic that there's nothing left but to try your hardest, or
What is
What's
it?
the point?
you wish you were just better, but you're not. It's up to you.
We gotta live through the winter, guys.
How many times does he get to use it?
Well, it's just one.
It's just
It's like
inspiration.
inspiration, but it's
Anti-inspiration.
It can be.
Anti-inspiration.
You deserve it.
Oh.
No, I don't.
Pat, 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 pat.
I just deserve the darkness.
And the cold.
Somebody needs to buy this man a drink.
Do you even know where you live?
You guys don't realize it, but he's been drinking the entire time.
He's got a flask.
Mother surely has something for that.
Some
A little
uppers.
bit of hashish or
She's
something.
got some uppers.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't write down the page that you
Oh,
guys were on.
please hit me
Oh,
with uppers.
My God. It's unbelievable.
I know.
The
We
nerve
come
of
here
this
for
guy.
professionalism, man.
You want it?
We're gonna
No.
die.
This
The
is hill you want
buildings rumble ominously.
This is-
There's a rock
Die on?
slide.
All right.
No, I have a cat mini. And I'm standing again.
So you guys are walking through the wilderness.
We're in the
what?
wilderness.
Wait, when did that
I
happen?
feel like we went
We've been
too far.
transported.
And there are 3 moths that are all attacking.
I
But those look
actually
like
hate
squares.
moths.
So everybody roll initiative.
We already did that. Can I roll again?
Kill all of you. No. Ooh, that's better.
No, it isn't. It's dreadful.
Well, it's not amazing, but
Level
25
1.
to, 25 to 20.
Natural
21.
What is it?
21.
21. What's your dex mod? 0.
But I get my plus half, so it's 21.
That's true.
Yes,
Yes.
come at
She
me,
has
Frost.
a larger dex mod, so she goes first in it.
Yes, but I rolled a
She
natural
went-
20.
Doesn't really count for ability checks.
Sure.
I hate you. I hope your creatures
Don't
die.
kill me.
I hope your creatures die.
I hope all the
I love
moths
you,
Suddenly
Josh.
your patron
I
has
gave
changed.
you.
Are you done?
I gave
Or
you
I thought
water.
we were going to continue.
I gave you
I'm
water.
happy to listen for a
out of a
while.
Cthulhu
Okay.
mug.
I have a Cthulhu mug. Vote for Cthulhu 2020.
20 to 15.
21.
We're going to need the next number, please.
20 to 15, I
I
said.
can't hear you. Okay.
15 to 10.
Keep going.
Oh, Lord in
And
heaven.
I have a 5.
Okay, so the moths are going to go after Cora, and then the rest of you can go.
Wait, what did Cormier get?
4.
What did Lyra get?
Also a 4. Alrighty.
Level 1, guys.
Vera,
You're
you're
gonna
up
die
first.
by giant moths.
flitting moths that are swarming around Cormier, and you can see they're attacking him with their probosces.
Do I have advantage because he is in proximity to them?
I'm
An
gonna
ally?
get probed.
You do.
I'm going to shoot. I'm going to shoot them and add my sneak attack damage.
Oh my. Roll an attack. Don't you have
rolled.
advantage because he's near them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a
Which is good, because
7.
that was...
Yeah, I rolled a 7 again. It was still a 12.
12 hits.
Excellent.
Roll damage.
I'm
So that
using
should
my
be-
hand crossbow.
So 2d6 total,
Yeet.
including the sneak attack damage plus your
Why
dexterity.
2d? Oh,
Because 1d6 for the
Dang,
crossbow,
yes.
So those are D8s.
1d6 for the...
I knew that. I rolled a 13 damage.
Okay. One of them just... and it falls to the ground.
Good.
Lyra would like to leave the body.
Cora, you're up.
Eldritch Blast.
Roll an attack. Yeah, just an attack.
Oh. Natural 1.
It is flanking with an ally.
Roll damage.
Really? What is it?
It's a ranged attack.
Wait, I was using it. I'm confused.
Because you're a rogue, you have advantage because you have an ally next to you.
Nobody knows I'm
9.
a rogue, Josh.
Is it? And it's not plus anything right now.
Yeah, none of us know.
Just 9.
Yeah.
Cormier. As you're trying to figure out what they're... Suddenly a huge blast of force just slams you between your shoulder blades.
Did you just do 9 damage to me?
Ow.
probably deserve it.
Somebody gonna deserve
Oh
something.
my gosh, are you still
You
up?
also
Yeah.
feel a trickle of blood start to run down from that missing ear. You are considered to your focus. Consider it having 1 notch.
What?
You rolled in that 1.
Remember?
I don't remember that.
Remember that
for
none
the
of us
focus.
liked this rule?
Gifty
we
Glyphs
don't
Dark
like-
Dungeons. It's awesome.
For
No, it's
every
not.
critical
Roll.
fail, you get a notch on your weapon, and then it increases the chance of it breaking. Or for
Are you gonna break my skull?
I was about to say, is your ear gonna break? What's
You know, I didn't really think about this, so don't roll more natural ones, because
Because
Yeah,
I have
because
so
we
much
have
control.
my on-the-fly decisions are generally not kind.
You know, I have advantage on natural ones, so I get to reroll
It's
them.
not a thing unless you're a halfling.
And I only get to do it once a day
You get
because
to
you
do it
changed
once-
the rules, which I
Yes.
don't like.
Your whip.
Because re-rolling every natural one,
Is the best.
total bullshit.
And is in the rules.
So she gets it
Baloney.
once per rest. You're the DM.
Jeremy
you can change
Crawford will
whichever
talk
you
later.
want.
or long.
I'm not salty
What?
about this
Short
at
or
all.
long.
Short or long what?
Rest.
It's
Any rest.
Any rest.
Any rest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, but how many notches?
So,
how
Cormier,
many
you take
rest
9
is
damage.
skull?
Wait, did you add your charisma? Oh, you don't get invocations yet.
No.
Okay. That's good. If you had
Bitch.
added your charisma, you would be in more trouble. So you take 9 points of damage.
Oh yeah, no, I figured that one out.
Okay, just okay.
Cora!
Just gonna lurch forward.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
It's new.
I want to adopt him.
It's
Can
the
I
moth.
adopt him?
It's the moth's turn.
Yeah.
Both of them are making attacks against Cormier.
Wait, I thought one of them died.
One of them died.
Yeah, there was
There
3
were
of them.
3.
Oh.
Proboscis. Plus 3 hit. 11 and 17.
Yeah.
17 doesn't hit?
No, 18.
What are you wearing?
Hey.
Chainmail.
You've got a shield.
And a shield.
Okay. You kind of... They're mostly going after the
bless
light
armor.
coming from your warhammer, so you just kind of hold it off to the side and you're just like...
I got it now.
"Aw."
I'm
And it's your
little
turn.
slow this evening.
I had a 5.
She had a 5.
I was ahead of him.
It's all of us, I think.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
go for it.
that's true. Cormier, Lyra, or Talia.
Okay. I mean, if you want to go, go.
I have a plan, but you seem to be quite on top of it.
Somebody do a thing.
Go for it.
I will hit one of the moths with firebolt.
Roll an attack with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
If you roll a 1, there's 2 party members gonna die.
Oh,
that's
that's
so mean.
exactly what I did.
So mean.
Five and a
Natural
natural
20 and a
20.
5 plus 5, so 10.
10 does not hit. Your firebolt off into the night.
This disadvantage seems...
Lyra or Talia? Nope. Lyra or Cormier?
Lyra would probably
Lyra
heal
is
you.
dear.
Lyra is you.
I know Lyra's me. So Cormier, what are you doing?
So, in my pack, I have miscellaneous odds and ends, bits and bops.
What's a
Do I
bop?
have access to those without burning an action? Like a caltrop. Or not a caltrop, the climbing spike.
So if you're wearing your backpack, so you would have to take it off, pull something
Fair
out.
enough.
I'll let you do it without using an action, but one of them gets a free
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Good on that.
attack on you.
I will take dodge action.
Okay.
And then, can I dismiss my light?
You may dismiss your life.
I dismiss my light.
Great.
It's dark.
I still have
Actually
one.
not, because there's still a torch and another light.
It
area.
is,
But
but
on
I'm
you.
not carrying it.
Lyra's going to attempt to attack the moth.
is in my soul.
I thought she was gonna
She
heal
is.
me.
You're not down.
Okay.
We kind of, as a group,
Close.
agreed that it's when you're down.
When did we
Okay.
do that?
I don't remember that.
He's attacking.
I do.
He was with his other group.
I still have some water, so I'm still mostly lucid.
I'm almost out of water.
Um,
Sad. I don't have to work tomorrow.
so she takes her, I think, mace.
Your mace.
Probably.
What a cleric.
In September, I only got 3 days off.
Yep.
Hold on.
And does 6 points of damage to it, and it's still there. So this one is very damaged.
Really?
The
Are you
barbarian
sure?
dice.
Do I still get my sneak attack because
Yes.
it's in combat
Yeah,
with
once
various things?
once each turn. Yeah.
I like Rogan. Okay, I am going to fire
Rogan?
Rogan.
Reference anybody?
Rogan?
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 I'm
Vampires,
going
man.
to. Oh my gosh, that was a long time
Good.
ago.
Shoot the thing.
Really long time. I'm going to shoot the undamaged one.
Don't roll in that one.
You're
I'll
gonna
work
have
on
you're
it.
gonna have to move because right now it's got cover
I'll
behind
scooch.
Cormier.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right there.
I'm right there in its
I'm sorry.
face.
You're just out of range of it. So sure, roll an attack with advantage.
Advantage. I keep forgetting these things. I know. I have never played one of these before. That would be a 21.
Yeah. Roll your 2d6 plus your dex mod.
Was it a natural 20?
Yeah,
That
guys.
is a 12.
Yeah.
12
Another
damage.
one goes down. Oh, can I have you roll 2d20s?
Sure.
Oh, ammunition.
Oh, it's a 19 and 18.
Okay, your ammo die is still a d20.
Awesome.
Giphy Glyphs, Darker Dungeons.
We hate some
Not a
things, but
sponsor of this
everything.
show.
Not, sorry,
Not
we should be
sponsored.
clear, not a sponsor.
If they
But
give us
still
some money,
awesome.
They could be a sponsor.
I think that's how we can talk about things that we like, is if we say that they're not sponsored.
Yeah, exactly.
Cora,
Yes. Eldritch.
you just blasted Cormier straight in the back.
At least it was only in the back.
It's okay. I probably offended her.
Oh, Cormier, honey.
I'm gonna paw at my ear and fucking Eldritch Blast again!
Oh,
Roll an
God.
attack.
If you said that out loud, Vera's gonna yell at you, I swear.
And again,
I don't add anything to it.
you have
Your
your
spell
spell attack bonus.
Oh,
Unless
13.
it's disadvantage.
No.
Okay.
13 hits.
Yay!
Roll a d10 damage.
0? 10?
That's 10. Okay,
0
you
damage.
blast that one out of the sky.
Yes, bitch!
Woo!
Get out of here. Nice. Wait, should we blow the whistle now?
No. I have the whistle, I'm just like,
So you were instructed to tag the remains and call the city watch.
Oh.
Do you want me to go through
how does one tag?
the regulators' dialogue again?
Can you
Loudly?
please yell it at us?
Sorry,
don't.
lady.
Please do. I don't remember.
I will cut you.
Pardon me,
I
dears.
will
How does
fight
one
you.
tag remains?
You bag him and tag him.
Bag and
Or you tag him and then bag him.
I don't really have any
I-
bags upon my.
I
Person,
take
does
a
anybody
piece
bring
of
bags?
paper out of my journal.
Oh, is
Piece
that
of paper?
tagging?
Sure.
Do we
You
say
tear a piece of paper out of your journal.
property of
Quill.
City Watch?
I'll just write, yeah, sure. Property of City Watch, killed in whatever street we're in,
A
At the
sorrow
time.
day.
on Sorrow Day the 2nd of Two Skies at such and such day by
At 2100.
whoever we are.
Can I tell?
Profanity
tell
omitted,
Roughly, yes.
for Ma's sake.
Thank you. Anything interesting upon these malls that could potentially be looted?
What you're looking for?
Valuables?
She's looking for solid gold pieces, diamonds
Solid
worth 500
gold.
gold piece or
Yes.
more.
Imagine a giant moth, but
How big?
this giant.
Imagine a giant moth, but gianter.
But gianter. Do they have, when you blow up a moth wing, they actually have tiny feathers? Do they have tiny feathers?
They do.
I'm gonna take a tiny feather as a souvenir.
Take a tiny feather.
I will also take a couple of those and store them in my components pouch.
Take a couple of tiny feathers and stick them.
I don't know. He
I
keeps
have
teaching me there's
a
all sorts
little-
of weird stuff I could use.
I have
so.
a little knitted breast pocket.
Okay.
With
You
a
do
daisy
that.
on it.
I'll take a feather too.
You have a tiny feather.
And eat it.
I was about to
darling,
say,
don't.
you find yourself
That's-
inhaling for a sigh, and it just.
That's,
Right up
that's
your
not
nose.
for eating cormier. Darling.
So do we blow the whistle now then, Ma?
It tastes
Can-
bad.
I thought you might want to spit. We don't know where these have been.
Oh no.
Spit.
I'll probably catch the plague.
Spit.
Ugh.
When we
Good
get
boy.
Now that
when
you
we
say
get
that,
finished, I will have Mother
I
look
have
you over.
a list of diseases. It's under my diseases and shit folder.
MRSA.
For the love of all that's holy, someone please block him off of DM's Guild, please. Please. That's all I'm asking.
Don't let one there.
Roll for murder.
Actually, most of these are from Giphy Glyphs, Darker Dungeons.
Don't let
Not
him
Not
there
sponsored.
either. Pay us.
But I found others on. Yes.
So, how do I heal myself? Or do I not? So, medicine checks only stabilize,
What if he
and
rolled
we have
dark?
no other
Roll.
way to heal ourselves outside of
You have a cleric.
Lyra. I seem to be wounded.
How far are we from
I
home?
don't suppose.
Oh.
No, you probably wouldn't.
I've got it.
Okay, I don't want to be a bother.
Not a bother.
You regain 8 hit points.
Okay.
So I think you're still just down 1.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we'll go ahead and take a break. Then we'll
Survive
come back
a
and
mock attack.
continue this patrol.
Say it straight.
So, come back in about 10 minutes, and we will continue rolling on my delightful day.
Further adventures of the
you very
whatever
much.
this group is called.
Oh, we
The
have to.
down and dead.
Sorry, we had like 2 seconds warning. Sorry, 3 seconds warning.
Yeah, that's all we need. We're fine.
Welcome back
Hi.
to It Gets Worse. I didn't mention the name of the show at the beginning, did I?
Nope.
Welcome back to It Gets Worse.
I would like to welcome our
That is a very
subscribers,
Cormier title.
particularly someone who I don't know at all, of course, Almo0998.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what just happened?
Shout out to a new subscriber.
Yep.
Okay. I hope you feel shouted out to. So far, our neighborhood patrol, which has yet to
He's going
confirm
swimmingly,
a moniker,
darling.
has put down a bar brawl and saved a Minotaur from either murdering a bunch of people and then being imprisoned and probably executed, or being, lynched in the street. Good job, guys. Then, several giant moths were attracted to the light on Cormier's hammer. And you guys managed to dispatch
Very
those,
sad hammer.
dealing... Actually, I don't think the moths dealt any damage.
Nope.
Cora
Nope.
dealt the most damage of everybody. It was solid. Most of it went to Cormier, but, natural ones. Who would like to be in charge of the next roll?
Devin.
Can I?
Not
Don't touch
Vera.
Cormier.
What do I roll?
Don't touch.
Vera is going to now roll... Oh, I'm sorry. I have to
200.
redistribute the numbers now.
I'm rolling percentage
Give me
die.
1 second. That was...
So that can be tens.
So he changes it to like a perception roll.
And this is a d12.
Okay.
So the other one that's just like it? That has
No,
one number?
basically, so I've got a chart.
Yeah, no, I'm just joshing about how you're joshing us.
Also, I would just
D100?
like the party to remember who pushed for some sort of critical failure.
40.
40.
Yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine with it.
Roll me a d4.
It's not a good sign.
It's not a bad sign.
It's 3.
I don't think you're an owl yet.
Okay.
Oh god, what did I roll?
Oh dear.
Who's leading? Who's leading at this point? As you guys continue on, another about 20 minutes. So you guys patrolled for about 20 minutes, put down a bar brawl. 20 minutes, killed some giant moths, marked the bodies with a note. Did you guys end up blowing? Did anybody blow the whistle?
Tired.
Nope.
You blew the
No.
whistle, didn't you, Mom?
I blew it because I'm supposed to after the
No, that was
tagging.
bar brawl.
No, but did
But
you blow it
I'd
after
blow
you
it
guys
after
tagged
the
Oh.
bar brawl, which was,
Okay.
after the moss was supposed to.
Good?
I'm in the
So-
front with the
Okay.
Well, I was
dagger
gonna
with
say,
my-
I'll
Talia's
walk
in front?
in front of you, and that way I can use my low light vision to see anything else
I have
that
low
may
light
be going
vision
on.
too. I just don't like the dark.
Whatever. Use
I'd
your
like to
low
be
light vision.
somewhere.
enough to be side by side.
May I be somewhere around the back, though? Probably
I'll
by
walk side by
Cormier so I
side
can
with
keep
you.
patting your elbow.
Yes.
All right, I like it.
I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Cleric in the middle,
Life is hard.
casters up front, tank in the back. I mean,
And the rogue in the back.
so you've got two
So
of the
we've
five.
got it
2 of the
backwards,
5
guys.
elements are good.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Hey,
We haven't split the party.
I do not yet
That's
realize
true.
how
We'll
how
probably
weak
be
wizards are, so I'm
ambushed.
happily
Yeah.
striding in the front because I feel very powerful.
Already. Roll a perception check.
Who? Her?
Just Vera.
That is an 11.
Okay, 11. You hear kind of this high-pitched squeaking and kind of rustling in a nearby alleyway.
There's some high-pitched squeaking and some kind of rustling happening in that alleyway.
Something like rats, perhaps.
They're
Perhaps.
probably chewing on a corpse.
That's potentially true, dear.
Rats tend to carry the plague.
Why do you want the plague
You
so
seem
bad?
to be on a plague kick.
Well,
Tonight, dear?
everyone's hungry. People die.
Now that you mention it, I am kind of hungry.
I'm so sorry, it's not my
There's a
baking
corpse
day.
over there.
That's not on the
should we
menu.
go look into it?
Yes.
Shall we?
Yes, I think we should.
If you insist.
I don't know about you. I don't feel particularly comfortable going first. Rats.
I'll go first. I don't mind.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you are
That direction.
you are going to have to enter into an alley that is only wide enough for one person. Okay. TP good. TP good. Talia is in front. Is that,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
that
that's
about
pretty
the,
much the
is that
order.
about the order?
Yeah.
Are you in front of Vera?
Sure.
Okay.
Where's Cora? Is
right
Cora
behind you.
Right behind me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you want to go first? Because I'll let you.
No.
Okay.
Not fam.
But you're a cat.
She'll
Rats.
probably
Are you guys
shoot
doing
Oh,
you
I'm
any-
in
sorry.
the
Was that
back.
racist? I really don't want to be.
Are you doing
I'm a
any?
Kotka.
Are you doing anything in particular as
I'm
you approach
looking
the
for
alley?
whatever Vera said she heard squeaking and rustling.
Okay.
This is Mayweather.
As a group, you're not doing anything particular as you approach the alley.
I'll pull something.
Crossbow out.
I will cast mage armor on myself.
Okay. You cast mage armor.
I will sling my warhammer and pull a
Nobody
caltrop
needs
out
spells,
of my
'cause I'm
backpack.
out of spells, man.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Level 1.
Okay.
I don't like level 1.
All right.
Level 1 is kind
Talia.
of general.
As you peek around the corner,
I'm being quiet like Tobias taught me.
are you stealthing?
No, because I have a big giant light.
Yeah.
You peer around the corner, and
Cranium
you do indeed see
Oh god, I hate them.
3 rats
But are they cranium rats?
gnawing on a corpse.
Corby, are you genius?
That's what the D4 was for. There are 4 different things that you could have stumbled across them doing, and they were in fact
Does the corpse have
gnawing on a
sores?
corpse. As you can't see, but Talia peers around the corner, and as she does, and the light falls across them, they all kind of, and they all turn and look at you. And I need everybody to roll initiative because
There's some rats here.
less than a third of my chart is combat encounters. But great.
Let's hit them all.
Let's hit them all. 21. Good grief. 25. Let me roll for the rats here.
This is the dagger with light on it.
25 to 20.
My disadvantage
What?
dice is not working good for me.
Chris, you're also hitting all the ones that I forgot to actually copy their stat block into my file here.
We're doing that on purpose.
So welcome, Alma 098.
Are giant
98.
rats in the... Are they in miscellaneous
Thank you,
creatures?
Alice. I love you.
Or horse, or tiger. Come on. Give me rats.
Oh,
How about we don't get rats?
Ooh, there they are.
Remember that time when we fought a bunch of rats
No,
and they
that's
nearly
just a
killed
And we
us?
were level 13 and they
Yeah, and
nearly
they
killed
nearly
us.
killed
Yeah.
us.
No, they nearly killed you.
They nearly killed
I didn't
me,
get
yeah.
touched.
I mean, those were cranium rats.
And
It's
they were horrible.
It's a
and
little
they were
different.
a swarm.
And then
I
they all
tried to
turned
stomp
into
Oh, and a
giant
finger
rat
of death.
thing.
Yeah, they
That
turned
was
into
my
like a
first
rat.
experience.
rat.
Oh,
And I
yes.
I almost
The
died.
Rat King.
The
and I
rat king.
fired
Creature
stormed
Codex
them.
and Tome of Beasts.
I firestormed them. It was great.
Give us money and you
Not
can be our
sponsored.
sponsor.
Not sponsored. So, 25 to 20.
21.
20 to 15. 15 to 10.
11.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Y'all
10 to
suck.
5.
9.
Oh.
I feel like Cormier should be allowed to like swap the lowest score with his.
And always be the
chooses.
last.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually. I like that.
I do
I
like
already
that.
have a misery dice. Thank you very much.
I'm just saying it should be like your winter ability.
Vera, you're up first.
Can
They're about 15 feet away from you.
Right. Can I see them? Around everybody?
Oh shoot! No, you can't.
She's all the way in the back.
She did yell, "It's rats."
Yes, so you did hear her say that.
I am going to shuffle my way around everybody.
You're a halfling, so you can actually just move through everybody's space.
I'm going to move through everybody's space.
So that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You're at your max movement.
I am then
There
going
are-
to hide behind you
3 rats
and look.
crowded over here around a corpse.
Awesome. I'm going to duck behind Talia. Which I
Okay.
can do because she's a lot bigger than me. And I'm going to shoot them!
So you can't duck behind Talia and shoot. She's not actually in the alleyway. She looked around the
ducked
corner
around.
and then went, "It's rats!"
Can I duck around the corner and
Just-
shoot from around the corner?
Sure.
Hide in her skirts.
So you have an attack.
I'm not wearing my robe.
It's just
not
a plain attack.
Just a plain
Yeah.
attack.
Awesome. It was a natural 1, but it goes up to a 6.
You can re-roll that.
I can
You
roll
can.
that. Should I waste it on
No,
this?
you just do it. Just do it.
I'm just gonna
Don't notch
do
your
it.
stuff.
Still not good, but it's still a 10.
10 hits.
Awesome. I will then roll my damage. 4 damage. So I've spent my luck.
Wait a second. I'm so sorry. 10 does not hit. Alright.
Fine.
Roll a d20.
Why?
Ammunition.
Ammunition die. Ammunition die. Ammunition.
Think about that. It's a 1.
Okay, you now have a d12 ammunition die. Fine. You only got 2 shots out of that d20. That sucks.
I know. I don't like you anymore, Red Die. You're going over here.
I thought you were talking to Josh.
Well,
She's
I love
on.
Joshua.
She
I
stopped
don't
liking me a
particularly
long
like
time
her.
ago, right around when I killed
When you killed
everyone. Lyra, you're up.
Killed everyone.
Lyra?
I'm not Lyra.
You're Lyra.
I'm Lyra. Oh! The cleric goes... She's the cleric, yes. 10, 20, 25, 30. She can't
not
quite
baby.
get to them.
She didn't go
It's
in
still
front of me.
sacred
Clerics have
flame them.
anything ranged.
She can
So she's
sacred
gonna-
flame.
so
She's
she's
Sacred Flame.
That's true. She's got an action. Sacred Flame. The rat makes a dexterity saving throw. And fails. Rolls a
Good.
12.
It's a clumsy rat.
Yeah.
This rat is a
Cool.
klutz.
Weird.
This rat is a klutz. It's a living klutz, however.
Oh, dang.
So the yellow one is slightly damaged as none of you see what happens.
I see what happens.
I'm sorry, you do see what happens. A mote of fire just kind of down onto the rat. And you
Sweet.
smell the
Good job,
smell
Lyra.
of burnt fur.
Delightful. We used to eat those when I was growing up.
Rat's turn.
Real
Smells delicious.
delicious.
3 attacks against Lyra
I've never eaten a rat.
Try
Just
real
to
hard
clarify, I've
to
never
kill
eaten
Beth's character while she's not here.
Remember our rule of people can't die while their player's not
That
here?
was last campaign.
Didn't work for Mary
It didn't work for Jenny.
Oh, that's
or
true.
Jenny.
That's a 21.
away.
A different Jenny, not me.
An 18.
Away. And
I still
and
die.
a natural
know if
1.
She died.
So, I mean, that works out.
rat
So she
called
takes...
Spawns?
That's true.
Trip
totally got
over
away.
their own tails and die.
She could have. We don't know.
So she takes 8 points
Oof,
Sorry,
stop.
we're talking
of
about
piercing
rats.
damage. While one of the rats bites another rat.
I told you they took trip for their own tails and died.
So this one, after biting Lyra, actually dies as the rat behind it, trying to get at Lyra, gets so frustrated that this one's in the way that it actually just kind of slashes it, bites it, takes a big chunk out, and just stands there angrily chewing while looking at Lyra.
Wait, this one was in the way? When did he appear?
Talia, you're up.
Talia. Okay. I will scooch. No, actually, I'm gonna stay right where I am. I will attack the one that is clearly in my line of sight that I would not have disadvantage on. With Ray
Nothing's
of
going to
Frost.
give you disadvantage, but they will have an AC bonus because Lyra's in your way.
Both of them.
Yes, because she's
Okay.
between you and both of them.
Okay.
Cool. So I'll just duck around Lyra and cast Ray of Frost at the red one.
Roll an attack.
That would be a 9 plus 5 is 14.
That hits. Roll damage.
Okay, cool. A D8. I have the 8 somewhere. That would be 5 points of cold damage,
Woo!
and his speed is reduced by 10 feet
Nice.
until the end of his next turn.
Okay. It's mostly frozen.
Sweet.
In fact, it's front.
Ground.
Hmm?
Is it freeze the ground too?
Its front two paws are actually just kind of frozen solid, and it's pushing itself forward on its back paws. Just Cormier. You heard, it's rats! And there's shit going on in the alley over there.
Since I'm a bit of an alcoholic, shall we say, would I have a flask on me? Yeah. I'm gonna sit down and take a swig.
Oh.
They probably don't need me.
No.
I just get in the way.
They probably don't like me anyway.
We're not there yet.
All right.
If you keep touching your dice, you never know.
Cora.
She shot me in the back like,
Well,
She did.
20 minutes ago.
yeah.
I have a climbing speed of 20, so I want to move relatively close and then like climb up on the wall and cling to it and then Eldritch Blast.
That's
And parkour.
pretty
Roll
dope.
me an acrobatics check.
How is that acrobatics?
Because you're trying to hang onto a wall and then let go with one hand and aim and chuck new magic at it.
She's also an adorable clumsy cat.
Oh, acrobatics. Oh, it's 13.
It's pretty good.
Sure, I'll let you have a normal attack. So you run over here. You're kind of up the wall just above Lyra, and you reach out and chuck a bolt. Ooh, that works.
Oh
Is that a
no!
natural one?
No, please God, you're gonna kill Lyra.
I sat down out of her line of sight. Just want to call it now.
You feel an alien will take hold of your limbs.
Out of line of sight.
She's
Is
gonna
it a
kill
natural
Lyra
one?
and
It
she's
is.
not here.
You are banned.
You hear in your mind, my enemies will destroy them. But in the meantime, these will do. Roll your damage.
On whom?
Out of line of sight.
Yeah.
Roll your damage.
It's what? D10.
And then the warlock killed the cleric.
A 10.
Oh my gosh, she's down.
Okay.
Beth's not here. That's just mean.
You, up on the wall, it's difficult, and as you're
This
trying to
party trusted
aim,
me.
that voice just overwhelms your senses, and you fire, and you hit! Shit, Lyra! And she goes face down in the alley. You hit her in the same spot you hit Cormier. Cormier, you feel a sympathetic burn between your shoulder blades.
Yeah, that's all I'm feeling all right.
No, a sympathetic force.
Thera!
I'm going to run up to Cora, to Lyra, and attempt to stabilize.
Okay, roll a medicine check.
Great. It's only a 12.
Do I
She's
have
stable.
another
You,
notch?
DC to stabilize is 10.
Cool.
What are you using?
I'm going to
Well, it's
tear my
burns,
cloak.
so
I'm
you-
going to tear my cloak and wrap her up. Try
Okay.
to stop any bleeding, etc. If she's been... Oh, yeah,
Okay.
she's been burned. She's not...
The
No, she's
blast,
been
the
burned
blast
out.
kind of put her down, and so it. You actually, you know what? Sure, you can see kind of bones, kind of. They haven't broken the surface, but it looks like her shoulder blade is actually shattered a little
Try
bit.
and...
Also, I
Yeah.
forgot about this. You have one level of exhaustion. No, you.
I never
I'm
went
sorry, you
down.
were knocked unconscious. Lyra currently has one level of exhaustion. If he lives darker dungeons.
Please, someone stop him. That's all I'm asking.
So when we all die, can we just bring these same characters
I
back
would like to
without
point
these
out
rules?
that she has done more damage to the party than I have.
Oh yeah,
Vaguely true.
we know.
We've noticed.
Can I do anything, considering I'm staring straight into the little beady eyes of two rats at this
You
moment?
used your action to stabilize her.
Mm-hmm. I don't have any bonus action.
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
do.
That doesn't
Oh, that
happen
doesn't
until
happen
that
till
third
later?
level.
That's true.
It doesn't happen until third
Shoot.
level.
Yeah.
I am going to use my -1 strength, and I'm going to try and pull this limp wood elf backwards.
Now, if she's dragging an unconscious body backwards, they don't get free attacks on it.
They're not in. They're
'Cause-
not
'cause
right
it's-
up against.
It doesn't count
right?
for unwilling movement.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Forced movement doesn't count.
So you've got your full movement speed. So sure.
Yeah,
Roll a
rats.
strength.
They wouldn't attack
Roll
them.
an athletics check.
Oh, they'd be all over that.
Fabulous.
Even the frozen one pushing the lane forward.
It was a natural 20,
It
but it's a
was a
-1.
Sure. So yeah, you
My sheer
you
strength of will.
grab the body, drag her back around the corner, so she is stabilized and out of sight of the rats, and now there's just Talia there.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Lyra is me. Is unconscious. Rats are also me.
You're just everybody.
Are
aren't
coming
you?
at the wizard now, because
Oh shit! What is
y'all put her in the
Nature
front line.
Wait, I used my
Dex plus
evil.
13.
We're not
Logically.
her in the front line.
Logically, that's where the wizard should be.
Our front
We
man is
did-
really
well-
depressed.
So
So you went into an alleyway where
That's
only
a
one
10.
person.
Nope. Except for me. I can go
so
anywhere.
one of them lunges at you. What do you have in your hands?
My dagger
Just a-
with light on it.
Just a dagger with light?
Yeah.
Okay, and you manage to just kind of jerk your
Yeah.
foot out of the way. Meanwhile, the other one gets frustrated because that one's in its way and it claws. I swear to God, they're
I love
rolling
rats.
natural ones.
I love rats.
So one of them
Oh,
misses,
sorry.
and the other one does
Sorry, producer Diddy.
5 points of damage to its friend, which dies. You have
At
one.
least we're not the only
there is
party
one
that does
completely-
PvP.
I also love. No. You guys have not damaged them at all,
I
and
have.
they have not damaged you at all.
No, I have
I'm sorry.
damaged
You.
them.
That's right. You hit one of them. That's
And
true.
that's
They,
the one
they
that
got
just got
Lyra
killed.
once, didn't they? No,
Yeah,
they
they
didn't.
No. Oh, they did. Okay.
They did
I'm
damage
sorry.
to
They did a
Lyra,
little.
like
But the
8 damage.
majority of the damage done to each party has been done by itself. Talia,
Don't point at me. I
love you,
can't
Maddie.
there's
control
one rat
it.
left.
We love you, man.
I know you're
Oh.
frustrated at how many characters of yours that I've killed, but don't take that out on the
Yeah,
There's,
'cause it's about to
there's
be the
one,
party killing you.
one rat left, and so he's right up in my business, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
range spell attack would be a disadvantage because he's right there.
Correct.
So I'm just gonna take the dagger that still has light on it and say, "All right, this one's for you, Tobias." And chunk.
Roll an attack roll. Adding this. Oh, that-
Natural 20.
She crit on that rat.
so that does 4 plus 1d4 plus your strength.
Which is
I
negative
did.
1. Isn't it my dex, though? Because daggers...
I'm sorry, Dex.
So that is dex. So that's 3 plus 4, 7 points of damage.
That is exactly how many hit points it has.
Yay!
So you take the dagger and you jam it down straight into its skull and twist and pull it out.
Just like Tobias taught me.
That's a damn rat.
They didn't need me anyways.
We'll talk about
Tagging the remains.
that. Yep. Same thing.
Same thing.
Should we just tag? You actually can make quite a good stew out of these. Are you sure?
He
just
said
leave
we were
them?
supposed to tag this stuff and let
I'll
them know.
do it. Can I have a piece of paper?
I don't share my paper with anyone.
You'd
I'm
be
sorry, it's not personal.
Amazed. A little salt and spice.
You get the sense you
You'd be
took it
amazed.
personally. And existentially.
I'm going to go examine the corpse.
What are you looking for? Which corpse?
The corpse upon which they were feeding.
Yeah. Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Investigation is going to be. What do you have? New character. Who dis? 18.
18. This is a middle-aged half-orc female from your neighborhood. You actually
her?
recognize her. This is Silron
Fat body.
Owens.
Where do I know her from?
The neighborhood. You know,
Do I know?
you keep tabs
She
on.
run a shop. She more about her.
You're not sure what she did. You know that she was home most of the time. She lived roughly nearby you, and so you often saw her kind of in her yard.
Cause of death?
Rats.
Wait, she was attacked by the rats. She wasn't killed already and eaten by rats.
No, it looks like they actually killed her.
Okay.
While they're investigating, can I mark the corpses? torches. Apparently, I have 10 of them.
Right, how are you marking them?
I am lighting the torches and putting them right next to the bodies.
So just laying them on the ground. So they're like, actually, I guess there is snow in the alley, so yeah, you can just kind of jam it down in the alley. Okay.
Lyra, rat.
You have 6 torches. You also left a note on the rat? Or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should blow the whistle, Ma.
Yes, of course.
One is not
can I
sufficient.
both use sleight of hand, perhaps, and something else to, she got anything on her?
That's true. I'm sorry. You were basically searching the body, so you recognized
I
her.
was actually looking to see did I know who it was, cause of death, etc. But
Oh,
so
okay.
Does she have?
Sure, roll a sleight of hand check.
But I don't want them to see that.
I'll take my 3 torches back for the rats that
Sleight
you're
of
marking then.
hand.
That's 21.
21. 2 gold.
4 of these wouldn't have even seen that.
How did I do this? Okay. 2 gold, 1 silver, 9 copper.
Awesome, I'll take that. Sorry, 9 copper, 1. What did you say? Sorry.
2 gold.
Yep.
1 silver,
Silver, 9 copper.
9 copper.
Thank you. I will.
Is anybody doing anything with the corpse?
I will leave a note on the corpse with her name.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you blow the whistle?
Should we?
And I will blow the whistle.
Should we leave a note saying that we found her?
Yes, and I will add apparently killed and slightly eaten by rats. But
Dead
now I
when we
really
were-
want to slightly eat the
How
rats.
do you it?
See, it just would
how's
be
her
appropriate.
spelling, DM?
My spelling?
How's Vera's spelling? I'm sorry.
Flawless.
Okay, good.
The handwriting is
Excellent.
exquisite.
It's beautiful copper plate.
Excellent. Okay, another perfectionist like myself. Good.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything with the scene?
I take another drink.
Does
I'll
anybody know
retrieve my
how to
dagger,
how to
of
wake
course.
up
Okay.
Lyra? I mean, I've got her. She's not.
We could take her home and Mother could fix her up.
We marked her as a corpse.
She's not
Won't
dead.
the watch
Here,
take
I
care of her?
She looks like she'll be out for a while.
Oh, listen, maybe one of us should take her home. I could take her home. Well, you could continue with the watch.
Do we know where she lives?
Yeah, I mean, I take her to my home.
Well, you could take her to my home. How close are we
Yeah,
to
where
my
are
home?
we?
So this is your third.
Yeah.
So you guys are right. You guys just
Right up
cleared
against my
that
house.
area.
So we're close to my house. Why don't we just take her home and have Mother
Yeah, where
tend
do
to
you
her?
live? Sorry,
I live right there where the
map.
tea is.
So you guys are in this area.
So you're over by my
closest to Lyra's home.
Not Lyra.
I'm sorry, Vera's home.
I live in the corner. Yes,
We could just
take
put
her
to
home,
bed
tuck
at
her
your
into
place,
bed
and
at my
then
place, and then
when we're
continue.
done with watch, I could
then we go back.
pick up Mom.
I mean,
and
she
could look
can
at
I check her again? I mean, she's not bleeding out. She's just
She's
out.
stable. Yeah.
She's stable. She's fine. We'll tuck her up in my guest room. She'll be
Okay.
just fine. Do you mind taking a quick break to tuck up Lyra?
I don't mind taking a quick break at all. That would be
Oh,
perfectly
you
fine
could
with
have
me.
some tea. It's not my baking day, but I might have something from last week.
Okay.
I'll pick up Lyra.
Thank you, Cormier, darling.
Okay.
And I lead them home.
Okay. You guys have no trouble taking her back to your house. It's not terribly far away. You kind of set her into bed. You can still see there are bones kind of shutting on.
That
up
doesn't
on
look
her
good at
skin
all. I
and
think
her
your
back.
mother will have to take a look
Yeah, of course.
I
Mother
took
is
her
a
up
very good physician.
to my guest room.
You set her up, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys want to? You can take a short rest.
Tea
Yeah, I would
cookies?
love a short rest.
Okay.
Tea and cookies? I
feel
make
like
marvelous
someone
sugar
should-
A couple of notes.
Keep watch.
You guys go to her house, and I mean, you know where she lives, but she has a yard.
2 yards.
That's weird. I don't have
I mean,
a yard.
you guys are in kind of the upper middle class part of one of the upper middle class districts. Still, few people have yards. She does. And it's very well kept, exquisitely so. Mostly it's covered in snow at the moment, but the pathway is cleared. Looks like it took a lot of heavy lifting.
but
I've
everything
tried
is
to grow
cleared and
daisies, but
exquisitely
really
kept.
nothing will grow. It's such a shame. I can grow roses, but the daisies just won't come up.
Well-
I think they really need to be in the countryside.
So
They're
why-
not city flowers.
My mother would love to have some place to grow herbs. She's always trying in little pots around our house, but it's just difficult.
I don't really have a garden, lovey. I mean, the soil's not excellent for that. I mean, the daisies thing.
So to be clear, we're standing in the yard right now.
I'm sorry. I backed up to let you know it is striking
Yeah,
that
but
she has
to
a
be
yard.
clear, we're standing in the yard.
Yeah, now you
We're
guys
in the
are
house.
inside
I've
having
tucked her
having
in
tea.
bed.
You've tucked Lyra in.
I would keep watch outside of the house, like kind of in the middle of the yard, just to listen for things that are happening.
How
Roll
does
a
this
perception check.
door open? Does this door
So-
open into the house?
So you do not get a
It's an
short
indoor,
rest.
yeah. You would open it.
I will sit against the door.
With it open?
No, with it closed.
Outside?
No, inside.
Are you guys taking a short rest?
Yes.
Does anybody want
I
to
would like
spend
to
hit dice?
use Arcane Recovery.
Arcane recovery,
Yeah.
so you regain half
Do-
your level of hit slots.
Are you
of
outside?
Spell
Yeah.
slots.
So a minimum
Have
of
some
one.
hot tea, darling.
So
yeah.
you gain a spell slot.
Which I only have two, so one is helpful.
Yeah.
I think I have some leftover cookies from last week. My
I rolled a
normally my
4.
grandson just chops them up, but
Oh, you have a
got
grandson.
something. Oh, darling, I have 10.
Oh, goodness.
Districts.
I know, boys. You can't imagine.
I
10
have
of them.
two
deserve
brothers,
this.
so I can't imagine.
Yes, you do get it. Normally they have
Your
such
character is
sweet
not
twos, but I've
part of the
saved
Winter
some of the
Sea.
chocolate ones. Your son,
Ooh.
have some.
Alright.
Do I
feed
trust
her
her
some
cookies?
Sorry?
Do I trust her cookies? Of course I trust her
I have
cookies.
some
Why
leftover
wouldn't you?
cookies that I've
Exactly.
hidden away from those.
She's
There's
an
10
old grandmother
grandsons.
offering them cookies. Eat the damn thing.
The tea's
I will
really
eat
good,
the
by the way.
cookies
I
and
give
drink
tea
the
to
tea.
everybody. Hot tea.
The tea is actually amazing.
Oh no, I'm not drinking any of the tea or the cookies.
You like tea and cookies, Cormier?
Probably don't deserve them. I'll just stick with my
dear, come
flask.
now. Oh, I have something for that. I go in the back and I get some, single malt in the back, and I add it to the cup of tea, bring him a little bit more appetizing.
I'll try it.
Good boy.
I'm guessing that I've got not high quality stuff in my
No.
flask.
Absolutely
Perfect. This is better than what I have.
You drink that down, you'll feel a lot
Somehow
better.
he's depressed about it.
So drink. You won't feel
I feel like I could find a book that might help you.
uppers. Yeah, it's uppers.
I kind of feel like Cormier is picking up a little bit, like, further down the road from where this one left off.
I
Just kind
know.
of later down that trajectory.
Yeah.
This
All right.
has no name.
This one is but a tool. Quotes. Actual quotes from the previous campaign.
Krug no have tool.
You did say
Ah,
the
fuck
word
you.
tool.
Alright. You guys continue on your patrol.
I get
Yes.
my lucky back.
You
do. Alright.
I get my
Cormier.
nothing back.
Roll a D100. Don't roll the deadly encounter that's totally on this sheet.
Oh,
Tens.
We love you and we
Which one
hate
was the
you.
best? Sorry.
Bones.
really?
79.
Okay.
Deadly
Because
It's
of
fine. We
course.
would have
died anyway.
Luckily, he goes first.
He has not gone first into any of these encounters. He has still managed to be shot in the back.
But I love you.
Oh, we'll talk.
As you guys are walking down the streets,
He's just infected them with his depression. They were only roll ones.
you guys are walking down the streets,
That's
and
my
at this
depression.
point, you haven't heard anything weird in any of the alleys. You haven't heard any breaking glass, any screams, any more bodies being eaten by rats. Like,
Everything's fine. Our healer is not here.
Everyone's
kind of-
probably dead.
you all start to relax.
Let's have a
It's
quiet
It's
day.
actually it's getting late at this point. You guys took an
My
hour
feet
hour
hurt.
short rest during which the plan was for it to have you guys be patrolling. So you're actually past your patrol time, but you haven't yet covered your assigned area. So you guys are kind of in.
It's hardly our
This
fault
area
that
now.
someone went down.
So It's actually kind of a nice night. It's super cold, but it's one of those nights where everything is just super still and it's
You
crisp.
can
And
see the stars vibrate.
so you guys are sticking to the main
Blood
street
new
and you're
moon,
walking, and then
Cellophane.
suddenly you try to take the next step and your feet won't move. They are stuck to the pavement. And as you all look down,
I guess we're not going anywhere.
the cobblestones have
agree
turned
with
into
you.
hands that are reaching up
Ah!
and starting to kind of grab your feet and start to pull you down. If you wish to roll initiative.
he
Stop
roll?
rolling me!
Did he roll?
I have social encounters that are fun. Roll those.
Oh wait, I have to roll with disadvantage.
Finally. I got a bad.
It's not as bad as mine.
Why are you rolling with disadvantage?
Because I can.
I mean, I assume over the last 20 minutes of patrol you've been taking more sips.
Oh yeah.
You're drunk.
Okay.
You have disadvantage on attack rolls,
It's poison basically, isn't it?
dexterity saving throws.
And persuasion checks.
No,
Right.
you've got a +2 to charisma checks
Oh.
He feels awesome.
and a +2 to strength checks, but -2 to intelligence and dexterity checks and saving throws.
So
Wisdom.
minus
Probably not very intelligent.
so +2 to strength and
anyway.
charisma.
Yep.
For shame.
-2 to dex and intelligence.
Yep.
And that's to the modifier or to the number itself?
To the number itself.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So you guys are all mired in.
Lyra's not with us anymore. She's not rolling.
In what at I can best describe as cobblestone mimics. Sorry, I just realized that as I was speaking, my face was right on the mic.
Say it a little louder, Joshua.
Cobblestone mimics.
Okay.
Lots of cobblestone.
Oh my
And
god.
they roll super well. Oh, they do.
No. It's like you want to kill us.
25 to 20.
Next number.
Well, they rolled a 21, so they're going first.
I have 8 hit points.
On a 15.
Next number.
You guys can go in whatever order you want. It's them and then y'all.
I rolled an 11.
They're going to go first.
Non-natural 1. To be fair, I've been rolling bad, and I've been in my winter persona.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Probably deserved it.
Oh.
So you're all considered
It's
grappled.
almost Christmas.
Oh, great. That means our speed is 0.
Oh. 21 to hit.
Ouch.
Yeah. Is this the deadly encounter of which you warned us?
You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as your ankle is crushed in this iron grip and starts to sink down a little bit.
We're all gonna die.
No, die.
So I'm sinking into the street,
Yes.
to be clear. Okay.
Who's going first?
It's not
Cora,
she's
what you
alive.
doing?
I'm going to grab Cormier and drag him out. Or attempt to.
So you are not standing next to Cormier.
Well, can I...
You're also bound. You would have to use your action to try and break its grapple line.
Well, then I'm going to Eldritch Blast the ground, because that's probably safe.
Is that what you're going to Eldritch Blast? Are you sure?
Roll an attack roll.
Oh god.
Josh, I swear to God.
Oh god.
Don't swear to Josh. Swear to your party members.
Wait. Oh god.
12.
12 hits.
Yes!
So you just...
Hits what?
You can't...
It's who?
Cora, you
Cormier.
successfully hit the ground.
Yes!
What was the AC on the ground?
12.
Oh, right, yeah.
Not all the cobbles are mimics.
Okay, fair enough.
Roll damage, D10.
33?
I'm sorry, is it
Lord
3 or is it
David.
33?
33.
33? Okay, the ground takes 33 points of damage.
Are you...
D10, not a percentage die, friend. That's a 3.
I know, I'm just...
It didn't
Oh,
actually take
okay.
33.
I don't know. I'm busy looking at something else.
Level
Something.
1.
It's
On
like,
a
oh.
scale, you can go from 1 to 10. 33, that's totally in that range. Okay, Lyra. Nope. Sorry.
Dead.
Anybody else who wants to go?
I'll
Let's look at the
go.
wrong initiative order. Vera.
I will stab at the one at my ankle. I assume my feet are being held.
Yes.
I'll pull a needle out of my hair. And
Roll
stab
an
at
attack
it.
roll.
16.
16 hits. Roll damage. So 1d4 plus your dex.
Yeah. That's 6 damage.
6 points of damage. Okay. Alright, so several of these cobblestones get blasted apart by the Eldritch Blast. You reach down and just kind of stab into them, and several of the cobblestones start to kind of just reform into stone and then just kind of crumble into clay.
Let me go.
The number of hands is reduced. There's still enough to kind of keep you all grappled, but there are fewer of them poking up out of the cobblestones.
I will. So I will throw a
Damage
firebolt at the ground.
Okay, roll an attack.
Okay. Ooh.
I would make it with disadvantage, but
24.
also you're shooting at the ground. 24?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that hits. Jeez, roll damage.
I forget what is on firebolt. Sorry, it's a D10. 9.
9 points of damage?
Yep.
Okay, there are a few more hands. You guys are still kind of adhered to the surface, but there are far fewer hands reaching up to actually attack you guys. Cormier.
Everyone else is gone, right?
Mhm.
Just want to make sure. Oh, bother. And as I sigh, I'm moving to face step outside the range of this bullshit.
Phase step?
Face.
Oh, phase step.
Face step.
Okay. You appear outside.
Just outside the range, and then I'll just kind of make an attack on it.
Cormier's first attack of the campaign! Roll an attack roll! With disadvantage, because you're drop.
I rolled a 7.
Roll damage. Oh, 7?
Wait, no. 8. Which I don't still think so.
8 does not hit.
Yep.
You kind of,
Silver
you
drop.
appear somewhere, you're pretty sure it's out of range of the hands, and if you just wham, cobblestones split and shatter, but
I'm sorry. You seem to be attributing some kind of exuberance to my attack.
I'm sorry.
It's just kind of a...
You chip a couple of cobblestones, and wouldn't you know it, a couple of shards kind of fly up and like touch,
Oh.
as is to be expected.
Cormier's not having a good day.
It's their turn.
Great.
Well, with you guys gone, 1 or 2, 3 or 4, 5 or 6. Vera,
Great. I got 8 hit points, y'all.
13.
Just hits my... Wait,
13
would
to
I
hit.
be wearing my, armor at this point?
I suppose I
I would assume so. You guys knew
Yeah.
you were going on patrol. And
If
you were,
I have light
Yeah.
leather armor on, what do I add to that?
I think it's
That's
11 plus your dex.
Plus dex, then that's a 14, so it don't hit.
Okay, it does not hit. I need you to roll a
D100.
wisdom saving throw, as suddenly the cobblestones right over there start to thrum. And it's very attractive to you.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
19?
It's not that attractive.
It's vaguely
Sorry,
You feel a pull on your mind, and you feel like, I should go...
It's so far.
I'd rather just be friends.
Oh, that's what it is. It's -2 to wisdom, but you rolled...
It was,
DC was
it
11,
was
so
18.
You still succeed, but
Okay.
wisdom as well.
I'm wearing leather
good.
armor
Who
under
wants to
my
go?
knitted sweater.
Cora.
I Eldritch Blast the ground again!
Roll an attack.
It's a 1.
I rolled a 15!
15 hits, roll damage.
1.
Okay, you're all still stuck in place. There's just a couple of hands left trying to grab you guys.
Would you like to go, Mara?
Who's going next?
I'll go.
Vera,
I
what
will
are you doing?
stab it with my knitting needle
Roll
again.
an attack with your knitting needle.
That's 15.
Roll damage. 1d4 plus your dex.
That is 7.
Okay. You stab the last hand grabbing you, and you lean over and stab a few more of the hands, and eventually you guys are just surrounded by just clay, just little crumbling clay piles.
Have I
Appears to
ever,
have ended, and your feet no longer stick.
have I ever read about anything like this?
Roll a history check.
Thank you.
Oh, dang.
Ooh.
I would like
She
to
rolled
mold
with a
the
look, yeah.
clay. It's moldable
Yeah, it's just clay at this point.
into like a
History.
little arrow that stands upright.
Oh, let me savor this moment.
I would like
Do
to
that.
write a note.
24.
She got 24 in history.
24.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. They're just called boot grabbers. Creature codex. Not a sponsor.
Do you tell me that? I'll write a note. You know what these are?
Yes, these are boot grabbers. I read about them.
Boot grabbers
I love
tried...
your handwriting, by the way. It's really beautiful.
Thank you, darling. Tried to kill us here. Defeated.
Generally considered to be a result of the Mage Wars when sorcery just went berserk.
Great. Another thing.
Some of the cities, Anashur included, have developed small problems of just these boot grabbers. They're essentially mimics, but they mimic cobblestones and they try to grab and eat people.
Parentheses. Some sort of mage war gone berserk.
Don't put that last part, please.
Too late. End parentheses. And I said it on the note.
Oh,
and I
you
put
and
it
I
down.
are gonna be tight.
Okay, real quick, I need that exact message again.
I wrote, boot grabbers tried to kill us here, defeated. Some sort of mage war magic gone berserk. End parentheses.
So, Ma,
Yes.
so magic kind of gets a bad rap.
Well, these were magical. People should know.
For sure, but if magic was to really come back, truly, it would be really cool and really awesome, and we could go to really cool places, and we could solve all of our problems, and it would be really great, and you sense a longer speech coming.
Or we could all die in a firestorm.
Do you want me to strike that part
Cormir, as
out?
he says that, is like on his hands and knees, like building almost a sand castle, but out of clay, and it's just an arrow pointing up.
No, it's an arrow pointing down
That's
to that
fine.
area.
Everyone knows.
Oh, I see.
I'm
Everyone
marking
knows where boot grabbers
Roll.
come from. It's fine.
Just a straight
I'll strike it
dexterity
out.
check
I'll
with
strike it out.
disadvantage.
Oh, sweet. And I'm rolling a misery die
To add or subtract?
to subtract.
Oh,
That's a natural 1, -2.
the ugliest sandcastle in
As
existence.
you expect, didn't seem to get it to hold any shape at all. It's just a big
Dearie, you tried your best. It looks lovely.
No, it doesn't.
It really does. My grandsons are much worse
Roll a
artists than
deception
that.
check.
How
Might be
old
telling
are
the
your
truth about the grandsons.
Not about the grandsons, about how it looks nice.
Deception?
Yeah.
15.
15.
Oh, no. I know she's lying. It's very clear that this is awful.
I still pat him on the head because he's down low where I can get at him.
She says it pretty convincingly. You know she's lying.
It's okay.
Oh, lovey.
Maybe tomorrow.
Try again. To make
is tomorrow
her feel better,
spring?
I will strike out the parentheses. But you can still read it. I've just struck it out.
There's some sort of mage war thing gone berserk?
Yes.
Did you put like a solid line through it, or did you like?
I did just one line.
So you
really
can still
elegant.
read
So you
it?
can still read it. Just got a line through it.
So,
Very clear.
Lyra is going to roll for her part of the patrol. Tens.
But she's asleep
I
at
know.
Mira's house.
Yeah, but we have 5 patrols to do.
24.
Umber Hulks.
Social encounter. Come on, bring it.
Bring it, bring it, bring it.
Oh, yeah, bring it on. I'm drunk, and I have a +4 to my charisma.
That's okay. I'm the face of the
Wait,
party.
Devin,
You're
strong
fabulous.
Cormier's stand house is
Cormier's
fucking awesome.
I'm not drinking that.
Did you give us another combat?
What? No.
I did. Okay, roll a deception check on what you just said.
And fail because
Against
my
my
passive
passive
natural
insight.
wisdom. Oh, come on.
I'll roll again. It's a natural 20. You want me to roll again?
Believe them.
It's still
Oh
a
my
natural
gosh.
20.
What are the odds?
Actually, the first one was a 19.
Sure.
Non-natural 20.
As you guys are
Not
walking
natural
through the
21.
streets, you're now patrolling kind of this district in here. You pass a house, and the lights inside, there are no lights inside, but the door is just slightly ajar.
It's the deadly encounter.
We're not
That is
all
not
him.
your character.
We're not all him.
Who rolled this one? Lyra.
She's not
Lyra's
here.
at home
She's
in
not
bed.
here at all.
She notices no.
Oh, that's right. She's not here. One of you guys want to go ahead and make a perception.
Me!
Cormier, make a perception check with disadvantage.
I was about to say, I'm drunk too, aren't I?
Yep.
What is
You've used your
perception?
misery die.
Wisdom? Yeah, there it is.
It's also a -2 because you're drunk.
Yeah, no, I got that. It's a 6.
6? Okay. The door's ajar.
I don't like
All the lights
this.
are off.
There's probably ghosts in
How
there.
long have we been on by now?
20. So about an hour and 20 minutes, then you took an hour, 2:20.
Oh, I would've-
You're in the 2 hours and 20 to 2 hours and
I would
40
just
minute
reuse
range.
light as often as needed
Sure.
to keep the light.
Are you still also using light, or did you?
No.
Okay, so you're the only light source.
Dearest, do you want me to just quickly go up and look? You all stay here, and I'll let you know.
Do you want me to light your way?
I'm
No,
gonna
no.
pat you on the shoulder and turn your cardigan into light. You probably need to be able to see where you
It can be
go.
no more than 1 foot in any direction.
Yes,
I pat her feather.
Lovely.
It was
I
peeking
don't.
out
I don't need any
of her knitting needle.
in my hair. He could hit that.
I'm patting something.
I put the other knitting needle back in my hair. By the
One
way,
of your
so it
knitting
holds up.
needles is currently emitting bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for another 20 feet beyond that.
Dearie, I was going to do this a little bit quietly.
But what if you can't see?
I'm very. My eyesight is actually rather good for my age, actually.
I was just trying
I
to
know
help.
you were. I reached up as far as I can go and go pat, 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 pat. Could you turn it off, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
Dismiss light.
I will stealth up to the door.
I'm not going to let Vera go by herself,
I'll
so I
follow
will
her.
also
Darling.
dismiss light and stealth up to the door.
So how many of you have low light vision?
And so I don't, which is stupid.
So you can see almost nothing. You three can kind of see. There are light sources, so it's dim inside. But you're all going with her?
Yeah, and I'm going to be stealthy.
Cora, are you going with her?
Stealthily.
Everybody roll a stealth check.
No, I'm good, Doug.
I tried to be as quiet as Tobias taught me, but I'm not very good at that.
14.
7.
Sorry.
Actually, yeah, that is 7. Sorry. Wait, no. Hang on. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it
the
was
cat.
9. Yeah.
That's a different number than 7.
It is a slightly different number than 7.
And that's a no.
Yeah.
Cool.
Why are you down there? So
Shh.
far behind.
So far in front.
Oops, wrong thing.
Why are you doing that?
Shh.
So Vera, you're going in first?
Yeah.
You kind of look in. It looks the house looks completely empty. There's nothing in here. You look over to where there used to be a fireplace, and it looks like the wood of the floor and the stone of the fireplace have just been ripped up and set off to the side. And there's some kind of tunnel that goes down. There's a staircase that goes up, and then there's a doorway into another room.
Lovely. So nothing that looks threatening in this room at the moment.
Roll a perception check.
Do I have disadvantage because I can't see?
Yes.
Thought I might.
That's a good point.
That would be a 10.
10? No, it just looks like an empty room.
Feeling my way carefully, I'm going to go up to the tunnel.
Okay. It's pitch black down there. You can't see a thing.
At this point, do we all enter the room?
Yeah, you guys are all in here at this point.
Is it pretty obvious that she can't see what she's doing?
Kind of, yeah. She's sweet.
Light me!
I do so.
What are you lighting?
Same thing.
My knitting needle
Okay.
in my hair.
Suddenly,
My
we're
head is glowing.
bathed in bright light.
I
and
thought you
everything
said you
becomes
could
apparent.
do this. I know I couldn't.
I forgot I wasn't a werewolf anymore.
You all look askance at Vera. You what?
What? I'm really sad about that.
In a past life.
In a past life. I
Uh,
know. Anyway.
Sorry, occasionally grief over the last
Yes.
campaign comes in waves.
It really does.
And
All right.
sometimes it's anger.
Do I, now that my head is glowing, see anything down this tunnel?
It goes down and then drops. You can't, right, so you see about 10 feet down the tunnel, it angles steeply downwards and you can't see past the place where it changes direction.
This is the deadly encounter.
There's probably a spike trap at the bottom.
No, I'm inclined to actually agree with you
So,
on this tunnel thing.
I don't think going below the city is a good idea.
No, that's quite sensible. Do you want to check upstairs?
Sure. I'll light my dagger back up. Do I see any books?
Yeah, there's a
There's
bookcase.
nothing in the room.
There's no furniture, nothing.
Looks like whoever was here moved out, took all of their stuff with them. It's just an empty room. Staircase goes up.
Are there a lot of
Doorway.
houses that are completely empty in this area?
Yeah, we would have seen this house. Do we know this house?
Roll a history check with disadvantage because you don't get invited.
Do I know the house?
Natural one.
No,
No.
it's a natural 20. It's a 13.
13 ain't bad.
13.
Immediate.
It's upper middle class district. There's not a whole lot of social mobility in Onisher. It's fairly locked. It's not entirely unusual. The floor ripped up and the fireplace ripped up and a tunnel going down into the earth. Absolutely out of the ordinary.
We're not stupid.
Although you wouldn't know. You don't get invited.
But
yeah,
the
but we're
empty
not
house-
stupid.
Are we?
Okay,
I don't know
so
yet.
you lit your dagger, and what are you doing?
I was looking for books, but you said there aren't any.
Are you going in up the stairs or into
Yeah,
the other room?
I'll go up the stairs.
Okay, as you walk up the stairs, nothing happens, and there are no books upstairs either. There's a smaller part of the building.
Don't say
It's
it
not as
like
large
that.
as the ground floor. It looks like there's basically just one room.
Is
perched on
it
top.
roughly the same size as my house?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is a fairly standard house. They're small.
Oh, she's upstairs. I'm going to check the other door.
Okay, so you're gonna go through the other doorway. Cora, what are you doing?
Are there any other doorways?
Nope. There's a stairway that goes up and a door to another door.
There's nothing upstairs.
I want
Okay.
to look through the hole. I want to kind of like creep down.
You start to creep down the hole. Okay. You kind of creep down up to the
Oh no,
the
we split
place
the
where it
party 3
changes
ways.
direction.
I'm coming back
And you
now.
look, and it only goes down about another 10 feet, and you can see kind of flickering light down there.
Bye. Bye.
I would
We
like
don't know what happened to Cora. She just fell down
continue
the
to
hole.
stealth down there.
Did we see her go down that hole?
I rolled a 19
Nope.
for my stealth.
Oh god.
You mean earlier?
Yeah? Do I get...
That's been kind of broken.
Okay.
By us all yelling down the stairs.
Yeah,
Nothing,
you guys have been
nothing.
calling out and going different places, so go ahead and roll me another stealth check.
A 13.
13.
13 total?
Well, okay,
No, you stopped this.
15.
Nice.
Okay. Let me check something not at all related to what you just did.
Of course.
Oh god. Split the party 3 ways.
I'm coming back downstairs.
Good.
Thank you.
So you went.
All right, so while he
door,
looks
you
that
went
up,
upstairs, she went down the hole, and I'm just standing.
welcome
in
to
front
our
of the
new subscribers,
Being sad.
Rook_Cat and Morphic Creations. Thank you.
Awesome. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, so thanks for
No,
joining
just
us
one
for
of
our
those.
Thanks for
TV
joining
day.
us.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at anything.
For our final moments.
It was
in this
nice
earth.
building these characters and spending, hours on their backstories and whatnot. Just
Luckily,
to,
we all
you
know
know.
we're going to be depressed in the next one.
Oh bother. Oh bother.
it's
I
not
guess
like
this
any
is
members
how-
of our party
No,
had just
Josh.
done that.
If I die, I'm coming back as Krug.
Very nice.
I will.
Diplomatic mission to
I have-
Onisher.
I have definitely removed work from the PC player, the PC race.
That's not
Availability.
fair because
That's
Josh
just
told
fair.
us.
Josh giveth and Josh taketh away.
Fear in his heart.
If you wonder why, watch last Friday's episode.
It was the best.
You'll
Or don't.
regret it.
It was the
Or
best
just
episode
take our
ever.
This
word
is what
for it
happens
and
when I'm
don't.
gone.
Or just hit yourself in the head with a
This
hammer.
is why she can't leave ever again.
You would have been a part of it just like we were.
Yes, you
Oh
would've.
yeah, I would have.
Alrighty.
Don't pretend you're an intellectual.
There it is.
I'm so
Okay,
not.
you creep down, and you can see
You've broken down through hard packed dirt. Like looking at the strata of the walls around you, you've broken down through hard packed dirt as you go down here, and you've entered a small area. The floor is kind of a smooth stone, or at least it was once smooth. Now it's worn and pocked and kind of uneven in places. But at one point, this was just a standard stone floor, and you can see a tunnel that just kind of heads about 60 feet ahead of you, and at the end of it you see kind of flickering light, as if around that corner there's some kind of fire or flame or candle or something.
Jeez, Reaper.
All the way down the tunnel to the corner. So just a heads up, you're about 80 feet from anybody else.
Maddie,
Just so you know.
do you want to sacrifice this character too?
You peek around the corner.
Come back to the party.
Self-sacrificing decisions.
You peek around the corner, which is filled with a flickering red light that comes about 40 feet ahead of you. There's a doorway, and whatever that light source is, it's in the next room.
I'm going to scamper back to the party stealthily.
Thank you.
Okay. Only one more stealth check.
She's a kitten. She has good stuff.
Or does she?
14.
Yes.
Okay, you scamper back to the party. In the meantime, Cormier, what are you doing?
I'm just standing at the entrance to the hole.
Okay.
Just kind of shield and Warhammer just... she's probably not going to come back. She probably fell into a spike trap.
I come back down the stairs.
You come back downstairs. You go
I
to
had
the other room.
opened the other door, yeah.
Some counter space, a clay oven that looks like it hasn't been used in a long time.
Clearly.
There's
meth?
what? There does not appear to be anything in there.
Awesome. Does not appear. I investigate further.
Roll an investigation check.
Maybe the baked meth would make you feel better.
14.
14. No, it looks pretty picked clean.
Alright. I turn around and suddenly notice, or do I notice, that most of my party is not with me.
Yeah, there's nobody else
light.
in the room except for Cormier, who's standing at the entrance to the hole looking depressed.
I go back in and I'm like, Cormier, is somebody down there? I mean, is this just your normal
Cora's
face?
down there.
Oh.
Cora's down where?
You hear footsteps and Talia comes down the staircase behind you, so now there's three of you in the room.
Dead gods. Cor went down there alone.
Did you say dead gods?
Yes, I did.
What is wrong with her? I mean, seriously, she hit two of our people with whatever she does.
I think that was an accident.
Well, I'm sure it was, but then she's making decisions like this.
No,
well,
it
she was
was
trying to
probably
help
on
us.
purpose.
Oh, no, don't think that, Cormula. Are you popping up?
As I was scampering up the stairs, would I have heard any of this?
No, this has all been happening while you were gone. You've been gone a good 5 minutes or so, because you've been very quietly trying to creep slowly through this hallway.
When I finally scamper up, just for the record, my fur will be all puffed up.
But, darling,
I'm not back.
Is there anything down there? Or
Eventually she scampers back up and all of her hackles are raised and all of her fur is just kind of
Cora,
puffed
are you
out.
alright?
There's something down there.
what did you see?
So, I don't know, but there was light and it was red and like the moon.
And pull up the journal.
Like moon.
We're talking red light or firelight,
You
right?
weren't there.
She's the one describing it to us.
Red light or fire?
She said red light.
Okay.
Red light. Red firelight.
I'm sorry, all I can think of when I hear the moon is cellophane. Is that the name of the moon?
Cellosphere.
Cellosphere.
Okay. I almost said cellophane,
We
okay.
could use cellophane to put it back together.
Exactly. It's broken.
No, like the new moon. Oh.
Cellophane, okay.
I just pull out my journal and pull another piece of paper off.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
We should go down there. We should look. Are you sure?
I don't think so.
Is this in
Keep
our
it
job
secret.
description? I
Keep
mean,
it secret.
really?
No, we're supposed
Yes.
to. Are we just supposed to patrol above ground?
Yes, but we're
That's the
supposed to
point.
investigate
Right.
naughty things that are happening.
You
How
are
do you know it's
supposed to
naughty?
investigate
Naughty
weird
things.
shit.
How do you know that it's naughty? I mean, it could be perfectly innocent. They could have a
But how
panic
do we
room
know it's
down
not
there. I
naughty?
mean, panic room.
Or they could be cutting bodies up and feeding them to small animals.
That
Rats.
is also a possibility.
It could be naughtiness that's happening that we need to
Did anyone-
investigate. We promised.
Did anyone notice you down there, Cora?
No.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, as far as I'm aware, I didn't see any people.
Look.
I only saw the light.
I didn't
I'm
sign
gonna
up for this. I'm
turn
pretty sure I
around
literally didn't sign up
and
for this.
go
Are you
back
sure?
down.
Are you
get assigned to
sure?
this?
I don't know. I got the summons.
Cora turns around and heads back down the tunnel. Roll me a stealth check.
Oh Lord!
Oh.
I go after her.
Go after her too.
I go after her, also stealthing.
Okay.
But you still have light on
That
your
is
head.
not the
Yes, I
range.
do.
So, after you guys
It's all
all
black down
disappear
there.
down the hole, after just a little bit, a few seconds pass. Oh dear. And then I'll start to follow you guys.
He probably doesn't fit down here anyway.
Oh.
Who's everybody rolling stealth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have
Mare?
disadvantage because I'm literally glowing?
I mean, so you can roll. You'll have. It'll be a straight roll for
How I'm
The question
sound-based.
The
Yeah,
question
sure.
about the light is going to be about how well it's lit down here with that glow at the end of the tunnel.
The glow at the end of the tunnel, you guys with low light vision, once you actually get down towards that first corner, will be able to see fine.
Can I see the light even though I can't see fine?
Yeah, you
As
can
in I
see the
can go
light
towards the
like
light.
way down there.
Okay.
Sure.
Can I whisper down the line? Call me up. Dear, could you turn it off?
So
Maybe
I'm
she
a
wants you to turn it off.
distance
I'm
behind
telephoning.
I know, we're telephoning it down the line. Could you turn it off?
There go your stealth rolls.
I'm whispering! I haven't rolled yet.
None of us
So
have
it
rolled
was
yet.
solid
did.
seconds before I followed you guys.
Oh.
So you're going to have to actually speak.
I'm in front of them, so I wasn't a part of this.
Yes. If I know he's too far behind, I wouldn't speak out loud.
Just leave
Yeah,
your
you are
knitting
good
needle
at the
behind.
sneaky. Yeah, you could just leave the knitting needle behind. I could.
Or throw it up.
What's happening?
I pull the lighted knitting needle out of my hair and very gently set it on the ground.
You set it on the ground.
And continue moving forward.
The dagger. No more light.
Okay, no more light. So there's no more light source except for the thing on
But
the
it's
ground.
glowing behind.
All right.
And
So
stealth checks?
you're a good 6 seconds behind them.
Probably, yeah.
So you
Stealth?
guys reach that first
Can we
corner.
stealth?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, everybody rolls. You three roll stealth. Are you also stealthing?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
As I come to the knitting needle, I'm going to pick it up, dismiss light, and go, this is what I get for niceness.
No.
16.
Stealth?
That way. 18.
18, 16,
16.
Cora?
13.
13? Okay. You guys make it all the way down to that corner. Cormir, you kind of... You're about 10 feet away from the knitting needle when you hear just this scrabbling sound and you turn and look. I'm sorry, that was too fast of a movement. You just kind of... And sure
What
enough,
now?
grabbing its way across the ground towards you from the way that you guys all passed is just this cluster of hands and forearms that all look like they've been joined at the elbow and they're just clawing their way across the ground
Would you say
towards
it's a
you.
pinwheel?
Everybody roll initiative. $25 to 20,
Next.
20 to 15,
Next.
15 to 10.
13. Half my hair is coming down.
That's
because,
fine.
one of my
7.
nails is
9.
out.
Did you roll with disadvantage?
No, not this time.
5 to 1.
3.
How
doing
did you roll
fabulous,
lower
guys.
than... Wait, where are these things?
Wow, that's actually kind of impressive.
I did it. What if you roll a natural 1 on your initiative?
Just
And
add
do
to your dex still.
Your skull doesn't break, though.
No,
I
that's
hope
only when
your
you're
skull
casting
doesn't
Eldritch
break.
Blast at your companions' backs.
Oh.
Right between
So-
the shoulder
Or
blades.
at other things.
If I add
don't
my
know that.
initiative, I add 0.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but you add your
So-
proficiency
so
because
it's 1.
you
Because
get that
I'm
with your initiative.
special, but otherwise it would be 0.
lower than the cluster of forearms.
But luckily
Vera,
she's in the back.
Vera, you guys are kind
No,
of
she's not.
creeping
She's ahead of
around
us.
the corner.
But the hands came from behind.
Yeah, they're-
that's
they're
true,
with
where
me.
we camped. So she's
Basically-
actually furthest away from them.
Yeah.
Right. You guys don't know anything about the Orleans. You guys rounded that
I'm sorry,
corner.
what?
I'm sorry,
Say it
the
again.
hands.
Oh, okay.
You guys are looking at a tunnel about 40 feet ahead of you, and then there's that doorway that you saw initially, and then there's that room.
You say there's scrabbling noise. Do I hear it with my passive perception?
I mean, to be
Passive
fair, I
perception.
said,
16.
oh dear.
Yes, 16.
Mine is 13.
16. You're 60 feet away and around the corner.
Do I hear him?
Yeah.
Say, oh dear.
Yeah.
But he always says
But he
that.
He
always
does always say, oh dear.
So about 40 feet ahead of you is a doorway, and through that doorway is whatever that source of light is.
How can we see it through the
I'm
doorway?
gonna continue to creep.
There's a
door is
doorway,
enclosed.
not a door.
Can I continue to creep?
You continue to creep up to that doorway.
I don't hear anything. So
Yep, I'm going for the doorway too.
Sorry, Cormier. We
I'm
don't hear
sticking
ya.
with Ma, man.
Cormier.
So how close are these to me?
They're right up on you.
So they're in the business end of the business.
Yes.
Scream. You come for you.
Yeah, but what else will come from me? It's probably somebody friendly in there.
From the
Lovely.
Creature Codex, of course.
Let's see, what will I do? I'll take the dodge action and half-heartedly shout, I'm under attack. I'm probably gonna die. Help.
Talia, you hear that? He's about 60 feet away down a darkened tunnel, but he and this cluster of forearms and hands are in bright light as they are within the radius of her discarded knitting needle.
So can I see what's
Yeah.
attacking him? Trash. Cora, he really is being attacked. I think we should go back and
Shoot
note that
it.
I'm gonna dash. Actually, no, I'm not.
Dash.
I don't have to dash. I'm gonna huck a firebolt at it.
Okay, roll an attack.
Please roll a 1.
It's gonna be a 15.
15 hits, roll damage.
6 points of
The
damage.
forearms didn't
6
heal
points
you.
of damage, okay.
You
did.
killed me.
I didn't get a turn. I suppose I moved forward in my turn.
No, you moved forward with your turn.
Yeah.
So you're basically you're just short of the door. Oh no,
Just how many feet
you're about
away?
15 feet away from the doorway when
Right.
you hear Talia call out that. Actually, you hear Cormier yell,
Hell.
Yell? I'm under
how
attack.
far away is he now from
Who?
us?
Him?
Yeah.
85 feet from where you are and well around a corner.
Oh, so we turn.
So like basically you would move 25 feet and you still wouldn't be within sight of him.
Dang. Okay.
But I was with inside of him
So
where I was.
are you moving back in that
Yeah,
direction?
that's why I don't get how could she was inside of them because she wasn't that far behind us.
Because she was just behind you. She hasn't. So basically, you guys were at the corner. It was your turn. You turned the corner and went down.
Okay, and she didn't
Then
make
it was
that
Cormier's
turn.
turn. Then
Okay.
it was Talia's turn, and she's at the corner.
Right.
So,
Makes more sense.
so you're going back towards them.
I will. Yes.
Okay.
Dash back. Wait, no. I'll just take my movement towards the
You,
corner.
you
And then
get
I'll
your
be at the
movement.
corner.
Yep. So you're 60 feet
so
away
now I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll shoot it.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Is it with disadvantage when you're using the extreme of your range?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it with advantage because he's in contact with it?
Yes.
So it'll
So
cancel.
it's a straight roll.
All right. Is it sneak attack because he's in contact
Yes.
with it? If I hit it.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
As you're kind of, I really hope it doesn't try to hit me, but it probably will. Suddenly, it just kind of gets pinned to the ground, and somehow her arrow has gone through three of the palms of three of the hands, and just pinned it to the ground. It just kind of, and then slowly just kind of sloughs to the ground. Real quick, who got hit by a rat?
It was
Lyra.
Lyra.
I think that the
Lyra
rats
got hit by a
the
rat.
rats.
Only Lyra.
Yeah.
And the rats.
And the rats.
Let me
Yes,
add a note
got
for
hit by
myself
rats.
at the beginning of next episode.
Oh, she's
Oh.
gonna get
Plague.
Yeah.
You called both aspects of it. They're probably eating a corpse, and they're probably full of plague. Lyra's going to be making a con save.
Oh,
What do I do for
jeez.
ammo again?
Roll your
Oh,
d12.
Roll a
To
d12.
roll d12?
Yeah, because your
Okay.
ammo downsized.
Yeah, it downed to...
And don't roll
Barbarian
one.
dice.
You had it in your hand just a second ago.
Barbarian
It's
dice.
a dodecahedron.
There you go.
There you
There
go.
you
Yo. It's an 8.
go. Okay, so you still got a D12 ammunition die. Okay. That's good, because now it's its turn.
I pinned it and it died.
But it's died.
But it's
Died.
died.
But it's
Cora.
died.
You, standing at the corner, still looking down towards that door, see a figure walk out into the hallway and then stand there looking at you. And they're in front of the light. So you can't see any of their features. There's just a dark, hooded figure there standing, and you can see that there's a dagger that's just
Cutting up bodies.
dripping, and they just start
You're always
walking
right.
quickly
I am fucking
towards you.
clairvoyant.
They have 15 feet of movement at that point, which means they are now 40-foot hallway. What's 45 minus 15?
25.
25.
No.
45 minus
Minus
15.
40
15.
minus
20
15.
feet.
Oh,
25.
35.
That's
25.
minus 5. It's 25.
35.
Never do math on the spot.
It's 25.
Stay in school.
So,
Keep you
That's
alive.
smart.
it's 25 feet away from you,
Oh.
and now it's your turn.
I'm running the fuck away.
Sensible woman.
Okay.
I'm going to double. I'm going to run 70 feet.
You're not going to shoot one of us in the back? I mean, back first?
You are now, so you've basically sprinted all the way back towards Cormier, and then 10 feet past him.
Oh, I'm going to be like, there's someone
So-
with a dagger along the way.
So for the purpose of this, there's one more zone after this.
Blow the whistle.
But it's essentially,
Blow the whistle underground. It's probably magical.
right, so there's 60 feet and then 40, and he's about right, the dude, the hooded dude is right here.
I think that you're
you-
assuming his gender.
You started right here
Big creepy lady.
and booked it 70 feet back this way. Cormier and the thing are right here. Talia and Vera are
Mrs.
right at the corner. I'm sorry, Mrs. Mayweather are right there.
I thought Mrs. Mayweather dashed up and put... Oh,
No,
did
Yeah,
she
she did.
didn't need to.
I dashed to the corner and shot it
Oh.
down the
Yeah.
hallway. With
Okay.
my crossbow.
I'm going to, like, as I'm running past, there's someone with a dagger. Blow the whistle.
Somebody with a dagger! Somebody with a dagger! Somebody! She runs past you all.
Bloody, bloody.
Top of the round, Vera.
Pardon me, sir. I yell down the hallway.
Fuck.
What languages do you speak?
I speak Common and Halfling and Thieves' Cant.
Okay. This could come far. And it just keeps coming at you.
I shoot it.
Good move. Roll an attack roll. With disadvantage, because he's in dim light. You can just roll the same one again.
I could, but I didn't. It's still 20, non-natural.
20. Okay. Roll damage.
Does she get stupid?
No, I don't.
She's
It's
not
6 damage. Now I roll my d12 because I've shot it. It's a 10, so I keep it.
So how much damage total?
6.
6. Okay.
Then I run.
The arrow hits him in the shoulder, and he stumbles back against the wall, and then pushes forward, but is moving significantly slower.
Then I run.
You run.
My little 25
Full movement
feet,
over this way?
25 tiny feet go
All right.
running by.
So you've moved
We do have minis.
25 right there.
That's crazy.
Why would we
They're
use
still
minis?
stuck in cobblestones.
Come here. The thing at your feet died. Somebody else needed to save you.
I like how whatever character I have, you just adopt. Krug!
The DM does, gets into the minds of player characters and fucks.
Means you gotta
So
push
whose turn is it now?
It's Cormier's turn.
Cormier will walk towards the party.
Which party? So she's 10 feet past you this way. She's 35 feet away from you this way. Talia is over here.
Somebody should probably go get their corpses. I'm head back towards these two.
Okay, so you're heading this way?
Yep.
60 feet, 30 feet?
So I'm 60 foot away from the corner.
Yeah, so if you
30
double
foot puts me where?
halfway
Basically
there.
towards me.
So
yeah.
I'll just go 30 feet.
Okay.
Hold an attack.
It's
Hold an
me,
attack.
don't hit me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talia, you're the only one who can
Okay.
actually see at the moment down both corridors.
Point of order, what language was he speaking?
What languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish, and Draconic.
Oh! That was Draconic.
Okay,
Oh,
what did
God.
he say?
I'll put the dragon border back.
Blood for the blood god.
Yes!
Oh!
That makes me so happy.
This one's back.
This one is here. Wait, did I just
Okay.
shoot this one?
I don't know.
Did he become
Sorry,
draconic?
microphone.
I don't like that.
Shoot him.
So I will just answer him in the same language. What are you doing down there? We are with the City Watch. Turn around and go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shoot him.
Super effective.
And I will hold a firebolt.
For what trigger?
For if he continues advancing towards us and looks like he's going to stab his bloody dagger at any of us.
Great. It's his turn now. He looks like he's gonna do all of those things.
Then I'm gonna
Roll your firebolt.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, okay, roll damage.
8.
Okay. You hit him straight in the gut, and his clothes catch fire, and he kind of falls back on the ground, and is just not moving, and you watch as the fire just slowly spreads across his corpse, and pretty soon that hallway's lit pretty good.
Oh,
Is
dang.
he dead?
Smells alright, too.
Is he dead?
I'm sorry?
He's dead?
I
Okay.
mean, you can
Go
smell
poke
him.
it.
You can
There's a
smell him from
So-
25 paces, and
Talia's
Could
going to
use some
lose
saws.
it a little bit
I'm
right
sorry?
now.
Talia is what?
Going to lose it a little bit. Do I get a wisdom save, or... Because I told you...
Sure, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay,
Told him what?
you don't know. 9.
9. Great. Roll a d100.
Oh, great.
She shoots Cormier in the face with fireball.
We all shoot Cormier in the face with our various ranged weapons.
Everybody turns on Cormier, as he always knew they would.
19.
No, it's a 6. 64.
64.
Mm-hmm.
And a d10.
9.
Okay. Okay. The vision of Kelfir just kind of right in front of your vision, and for a second, that was him. For a second, you were absolutely convinced that that was him. And then you realize, nope, that's absurd. For the next 9 minutes, you have disadvantage on abilities checks.
Okay.
Okay. All threats appear to have been neutralized.
Are we
What
still
you guys
running
doing?
the other direction?
I'm gonna use my movement to move towards Mom.
Cormier's just kind of
Did you kill it?
trudging down the hall.
You killed it?
Down this way
Yeah.
towards that body?
We
Okay.
have to go
Cormier
look at it.
walks past both of you guys towards the body. Cora?
1, 2.
I'm gonna, once I make it to the top of the stairs, just hang out.
So you're back inside the building?
We're fine. We're
Yeah.
fine, Cora.
Okay. I love that Cora is the one who got you all down here, and now she's the one waiting outside.
It's very cat-like.
She's not going to shoot us in the face as soon as we show up.
I'll go
You
towards
didn't
the
say
body.
that in the right place.
Okay, so you two head towards the body. Cormier, you get there first. What do you want to do?
I'll just kind of nudge it with my toe and do a light investigation check.
Okay.
Still on fire.
It's on fire.
That's why I'm not, like, actively rifling his pockets.
It's going to be a perception check with disadvantage because it's on fire.
That's fine. My perception check's already with disadvantage anyways.
Double disadvantage.
Just like I
And that was the other homebrew rule. We're going to go up to quintuple disadvantage in this game. We're not.
14.
14.
I knew I could do it all along.
You
I'm sure there's nothing
don't
here.
recognize the face. It's a person wearing red robes with kind of a dark gold, almost tan trim all around the edge. Dagger looks like some kind of pouch.
The dagger looks like
I was about
I'm
to
sorry.
say.
There's a dagger, and it looks like some kind of pouch on his rapidly disintegrating belt.
Am I able to snatch the pouch before it gets on fire?
You try.
Sure, why not?
Roll
I can
a
only die from
straight
fire
dex
damage.
check with disadvantage.
How is it a straight dex check then?
I'm sorry, meaning there's no skill applied to
Oh, okay. 6?
Do you get minus any?
You take 1 point of fire damage, but you manage to get it.
Sweet.
This would burn me.
By looking at him, sorry, I don't know if you said. What race is he? Can you tell?
Human. You have, the pouch has 2 copper, 3 silver, and 1 gold.
2 copper, 3 silver, 1 gold.
Correct. Vera, you arrive just as he kind of manages to pull the pouch off the belt.
There's a door beyond it, right?
A doorway, yes.
Beyond it. Okay. Quick look-see. I go and I keep stealthing down that hallway and look through the doorway and just go beyond.
Wide open room, maybe 40 feet across, roughly circular, but it's all been carved out of earth, hard-packed earth. So it's not even, but roughly 30 feet, in diameter. 2 doorways off to your left, 2 doorways off to your right, and there's some kind of pit at the far end of the room, and there are 6 torches all around this pit that are the flames are blood red.
Great. I continue to stealth forward.
Okay.
And I peek into the pit.
Okay. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, the smell in the room is of rot
Delightful.
and shed blood.
Delightful.
As you reach the pit, you see, right, so it's a 2-layered pit that looks like that. So it goes down about a foot, and then there's a ledge, and then it goes down another foot. You look down, there's nothing in it, but there are these bizarre, intricate funnels and grooved, carved into the surface of the entire thing.
Great.
There's nothing in it. You do look up and notice on the wall, so if you're standing here, on the wall just behind it, you see a symbol carved.
I thought you were going to draw a smiley face. I was going to flip out.
The
You're
blood
so
god
close.
symbol is a smiley face.
You're so
That's
close.
centered. You see that symbol carved on the wall behind it.
And it looks like it as it's facing you.
Yeah, so if you were looking at the wall, this is what you would be seeing.
Do I see anywhere...
I'm sorry, and that's red.
Right. Do I see anywhere where the blood would have come from on his bloody dagger? There's no corpse.
Roll a perception check.
Am I getting enough light from these torches to see? This is a lit room.
Yeah, this room is considered bright.
Perception?
Reroll
I can
that.
re-roll that. And it was better. 23.
You don't see any source in this room, but one of the doorways off to your right... Actually, there's a strong stench coming from all 4 doorways.
Delightful. I will go instigate.
Yes.
That's what I do.
Which doorway?
So
to
there
your
are
left,
2
to
to the
your
left,
right.
or 2 to the right. I will investigate the closest door to my left.
Okay, so you head off to the left. The rest of you, while she's been doing this. Talia, what have you been doing?
I am standing in the tunnel there. Just head down, looking at the ground, not sure what I'm doing with myself at the moment.
Okay. Flashes of dramatic images continue to just occasionally in front of your vision.
I'll just stay there.
Cora, you staying at the top of those stairs? Nobody's come back. It's been about 10 minutes.
No, I'm gonna run back down then and be like, fuck.
Okay. Talia is standing there despondently, just kind of staring at the ground, not doing anything.
Oh no, Cormier's thing is catching.
Cormier and Vera are nowhere to be seen.
I'm just gonna continue as far as I can.
Okay, you down the hallway into this room. You see Vera just as she kind of heads off to, I'm sorry, you said the left?
Left.
Heads off to the left. And Cormier, what are you doing?
I will walk into the room.
Yep.
See strange arcane symbols of some variety,
Yep.
and use spell sets. See if there's anything magical going on.
Okay. The pit glows faintly magical.
The pit itself or the ledge?
The ledge is part of the
Okay.
pit. It's a constructed indentation in the earth with 2 levels.
Okay.
Glows faintly. No particular school.
And it's etched with sigils?
Not sigils. Just pattern. There's not even a pattern. Just various funnels that form shapes and lines.
Purposes to it other than just channeling blood most efficiently.
There's nothing efficient about them.
I'll start breaking them.
Just take your warhammer and
Yeah,
start
pretty much.
smashing that altar.
Yeah. Oh, look, Baelish is going to die again. I mean, I'm sorry, Cormier's going to die.
Roll a D100.
Smashing stuff.
Tens. That's a 9, isn't it?
Yeah.
92. There's been a lot of D100s.
Mm-hmm. I thought we were playing a D20-based system.
I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw. As
it
with
is
zero,
Baelish.
as with 0 protection, 0 defensive rituals of any sort, you decided to smash an altar of the only
And we are level 1.
god-like thing in existence. What'd you get?
It's not like I would know that.
Also, is this with disadvantage? Did I say wisdom?
Yep.
You said wisdom.
There's a negative modifier.
Yeah, there's a
to
negative.
wisdom.
There's a
not
negative.
disadvantage.
So it's
So
a
straight
minus
10.
Straight 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's only an ascendant. Come on. How
Vera.
powerful can it be?
Vera, you head into the closest door to the left.
Mind you, I am still sneaking. Like I
You want to
quietly
sneak?
open
Go ahead and
the
roll
door.
Sneak. Smash, smash, smash.
Yes. Forget that one.
We'll get next.
Natural 20.
Hey! You sneak into this
I
room,
think it's way under there.
and you see another bizarre combination of limbs with feet and hands, and this one has just kind of a head set in the center that's just totally still off to one side. Doesn't seem to be doing anything, but you also see 2 bodies that have... The process of dismembering them has begun, and they're just kind of off in one corner.
Do I hear the smashing behind me?
You do.
I turn around and see what he's doing.
You hear a couple of impacts, and you turn around, and Cormier is just laying on the ground.
I go run up to Cormier and
Touch me.
check him.
Roll a medicine check.
12.
12. He's alive.
Great. How does he look? What else can I tell? Heart rate, breathing, paleness.
Heart rate, breathing, accelerated. Skin flushed. You can see underneath his eyelids, his eyes are just spinning, moving rapidly side to side.
Yo.
It's actually the fastest movement you've ever seen from him.
I go.
You do that.
The reaction.
Yay,
It's
another
the 4th
party member
smack
hits
that
me.
does it now.
Got help? Help? Cormier's down?
Do I hear her?
I'm down there.
My passive is 13.
Sure, I mean, she's shouting loud enough to be heard.
Okay. I'll go ahead and head that way.
Okay, you head that way. Cora?
I'll dash.
I'm already down there, so I'm gonna grab him and start to drag him up there.
Okay. As you do that, you hear a scuttling from behind you because you just shouted into the chamber. And I need everybody to roll initiative as a bizarre combination of forearms and legs just comes waddling into the room with just a head placed at the apex. It's gross.
Now, first best initiative roll of the night, but at disadvantage. So, dang.
25 to 20?
8.
That was...
Not 25 to 20.
You don't roll.
Okay.
25 to 20.
Next number, please.
20 to 15.
Next number, please.
15 to 10.
10.
Jesus Christ. You all go and then it goes. Who's going first?
Sweet.
I'm 13. Sorry, I would go
She goes first.
Sure. If you all roll together, I'll let you guys just go. But sure.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Roll an attack with
At the thing, not at the
sorry,
party.
straight roll.
Thank you for clarifying.
Straight roll because the room is bright lit. So yeah.
15.
15 hits.
5.
The mom.
Okay.
You bitch!
Two of the, a forearm and a leg. It's like the leg, but from the knee down, go blasting off to the side, but it continues to scuttle towards
Can
you
I
guys.
be level 13 again and get 2 more blasts?
No.
Shoot him.
Who wants to go next?
Shoot him.
Roll an attack roll.
And 15.
Roll damage. It's a D4.
4 damage. Oh.
Oh, with your
I'm with
crossbow.
got a crossbow.
That's right. 4 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, it's just 2 forearms with the head still attached. It's just kind of lolling around as the arms just kind of
Thanks,
claw
I hate it.
across the ground towards you guys.
You said only ability checks, right? Not attack
Just ability
rolls?
checks. So, Firebolt,
Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost. Roll an attack.
17.
Yeah, that hits. Damage.
7, and his speed's
7.
reduced by 10.
The beam of ice hits it, and it just kind of... And it's just frozen solid.
Okay, good. I don't mind killing that sort of thing. Feeling humanoid.
Does it?
He's gone. He's dead.
The things. Your mother's an herbalist. Do you understand? I don't know. Look at him.
I'll look at him. Can I do a medicine check?
Sure, roll a medicine check.
Okay. I didn't learn from my mother.
I know.
I learned from
tried.
my father.
I don't.
And I really suck at this. So that's a 4.
How's he look?
Not good.
I think
We gotta
should
get him out.
take him.
We
yeah.
gotta get him out. I can't.
I'm going to continue to drag him
I can
as far as
help
I
you.
can.
I can't lift him. I'm
You're
not very
dragging him
strong.
out of the tunnel.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're all helping.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we're not helping very well.
Yeah, we are helping a lot.
All right, so you guys are GTFOing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You drag him out of the tunnel. Doesn't look like anything else comes after you. There are 3 unexplored rooms, but you guys
we'll
decide
put a
to
note on
split.
it.
We'll
I
walk
put my
to
note
the front
that
of the
I already
door.
wrote.
What did you write on that note?
I wrote, there's weird shit in the basement.
I will add to that. Blood cult temple. In basement.
Magic gone wrong.
Magic gone wrong.
Weird shit inside.
And then in perfect copperplate handwriting
Blood
underneath.
cult
Blood cult temple.
temple.
My handwriting is also absolutely exquisite, by the way.
Yes, we both have
Different
lovely
fonts,
handwriting.
but exquisite.
Yes. I will then. Are we all
You
outside
just
the
said
house?
yes.
Did
at
you
the
add
same time.
magic gone wrong or no?
I did add magic gone wrong.
Oh, magic gone wrong? I'm sorry. Did you cross it out after that?
I left it. But then I will also
I will
add.
not reproach her for that.
What I'm imagining is you guys posted the paper to the door first.
Yeah, and just kept
And
that.
then
that's
you, the
exactly what
taller
it is.
one, are writing from the top, and
And
you
I'm
just
underneath.
reached up and started at the middle, so there's just...
Yeah. And then I will also add strange conglomerate creatures still alive.
Wait, no, we killed 2 of them.
Yeah, but there might be more in those other rooms.
Oh, shoot, I should have tagged those 2.
Definitely dead people down here.
Definitely... Good grief. Definitely...
The text is getting smaller.
As you realize you're running out of space,
Yes,
and there's more
and
you
then
wanted
finally,
to say.
way above our pay grade. And that's the last thing I wrote.
Ma, can I see the whistle?
I'm gonna blow this whistle.
Can you blow it, like, really loud, please?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to claw my initials into it.
Claw her initials into it. And then I will blow the loudest blast of the whistle I can possibly manage.
You do that. Where are you guys taking...
Home, to my house.
To
Wait a
your
second.
house?
Wait, should we bring everybody?
Doesn't, bad handwriting affect her?
No,
What?
I thought you were asking about how her handwriting was.
I'm a perfectionist.
So
That doesn't
I
extend
just
to
It
other
deeply
people.
irks you
Oh,
that
yeah, it
now
does irk
there's
me.
like a rip in
Oh,
there.
you're right, it does irk me, especially
K,
if the paper
just like
is
an
ripped.
awful KT that just tears into it.
On the map, where are we? Sorry, the original map. not
You guys are
the
roughly
Blood Cult map.
in this area. Yeah, hold on.
Your mother's house, I think, is much closer than
I don't remember where everybody was.
I'm right off the
She's
I know-
the main square.
That's mine in the corner.
Right, so there was the main square was roughly in...
Yeah,
this
and
area.
I'm a little bit where the smiley face was.
Okay, so you're right there.
And
Okay.
she's a healer, right?
Yes.
Let's go.
So you guys are kind of in this area. You head across the square to
Carry
there.
him to her mom.
Okay. She's very concerned. She sets him in a bed. There doesn't seem to be any... Sorry, let me roll a medicine check. Doesn't seem to be any immediate danger to his life. Whatever's happening is clearly not natural.
So, what are we going to do about it, Mother?
Nothing until the morning. I'll need to prepare some variety of things, but
Do you need me to get anything?
from what I can see, this does not appear to be a natural malady and probably lays outside my talents, but I will begin getting ready now. Return tomorrow and we can see what we can do. I love you too. Be careful out there.
Wait, we're not done?
You guys have one more district to clear.
And we're down to 3 members.
Mother, you wouldn't happen to have like any
Fire
things I
bombs.
can use to help people when they go down? Because, and I lean closer to Mother and farther away from Cora, and I say, so she doesn't know how to do magic very well, and she kind of keeps saying, "Do you have anything that will like help him that I could use, like a potion or something?"
I don't have things to improve aim.
No, to help them when she hits them.
Yeah, did you have any healing?
Oh, I'm
them.
so sorry. You mean healing. Roll a persuasion check with advantage. It's your mom.
I would have not come in the house.
Okay.
Anyway.
That's fair.
Persuasion on my mama is 14.
14.
I'll pay you, I promise. I'll
No, that's all right, love. I'll pay.
I know it's expensive and it takes time, Mother.
I have an order for the embassy. It had a specific number.
I'll help you.
In any other order, I would give it to you standard price so that I could reimburse them, but I need at least 75 gold.
Okay. And I just hand it over.
I mean, you know what the embassy is.
This is my mom.
It's the Dragonborn
Yeah,
embassy.
yeah.
So
But this is my mom, man.
it is your mom. So you so mark off the 75 gold. You have a
Okay.
healing potion.
Alright.
Alright.
Just a regular common healing potion?
A regular common healing. Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
Do look after the gentleman. I've grown rather fond of him in rather a short time.
I look after all those in my care with equal
She's
diligence.
really
Thank
good. She's really good at this. Mrs.
Cormier dies.
Mayweather. It's
Thank
awkward
you.
calling you Ma in front of my mom.
I knew it would happen.
I didn't feel like ironing out the rest of the levels for the class, so I was just like, and you're dead.
Forget it.
Okay, last district. So,
I have
Shall
one common
we,
healing
ladies?
who would like to roll? All right, Cora, your rolls have been great this evening so far. This definitely will go really
Please be
well.
a social encounter. I mean, good lord.
14.
Dead gods.
Okay.
Did you cross out shit on my note? by
Oh, I
the way?
totally did. Are you kidding
You
me?
guys
Just one line though, right?
One
are
line.
walking through the final
That's how you do it.
section of your neighborhood. And you pass a house, and Cora, inside, I'm sorry, it's not a house. It's just a building with a door, no windows of any sort. And you hear from inside just scraping and heavy thumping, and then a few people just kind of, you hear a couple of muffled curses.
I'm just gonna walk up and keep my head in.
Doors closed.
No windows.
Knock, love. Good manners.
Is there like...
Just tap tap.
I'm just gonna do a little tap tap.
Good girl.
Okay. You hear shh, and no sound happens within.
I'm going to try and open the door. With, my paw.
You reach out and open the door, and there's some resistance. Are you gonna push or no?
Trouble?
I'm just gonna turn around and be like, "No, there's nothing happening here." And continue on.
Do I believe her?
Roll the deception. I mean, you heard the scrapes and
Yeah,
noises.
no, I'm
too.
not buying that.
I walk up
Yes.
to it and I go, "Psst," and take out my thieves' tools.
Okay. It's not locked.
It's not locked,
She
just shoving.
she turned the handle and pushed it open a little bit, and it ran into something.
I'm just going to go tap tap. Can I reach the doorknob?
Can't we just...
Yeah.
Ma, let's just leave. It's fine.
But it's our job.
I put an ear up against it and I just listen.
Roll a perception check.
It's the keyhole because I'm really small. Natural 20.
Okay. You hear nothing initially, and then you realize that somebody is breathing heavily on the other side of the door and making a great effort to. You know when your breath is trying to come really fast, but you're trying to be quiet, and you just. Somebody's straining on the other side of that door to control it.
I'm going to step away from it and yell really loud, nothing here, let's move on. And then I will immediately go and put my ear back up against it.
Roll a deception check.
Natural 20. I put this in dice jail and then I took it out again and now it likes me.
You hear a... and the door closes and latches, and you hear scraping inside and footsteps and things being moved around.
Are there windows? You said there are no windows.
No windows.
There are no windows.
Are they having a conversation? Do I hear any people talking to each other?
Roll a perception check.
Now it hits me a 10.
A 10. You can't make out words, but people are talking quietly inside.
So I can't distinguish how many there are or anything at that point.
At least 4. You hear 4 distinct voices.
Okay. So by latch, did it sound like a lock?
Just a normal, not a bolt being thrown, but like when you close a door, and just that
Just
sound.
latched. I'm gonna reach out my little tiny hand and slowly open it by creak. Is it open in or out?
It opens in.
Go creak and open it by like an inch.
Okay. You can now hear the conversations. Come on, we gotta get this done. Can't have anybody knowing about this. What do you think is in these? Why the hell are they so heavy? Look, we don't get paid to ask questions. Just move the fucking things and let's get out of here.
Can I peek an eye in there and see them?
Roll a stealth check.
13.
You do. And just as you kind of look in, you see one just guy wearing commoner clothes, got warm clothes over the top, but they're unlaced and just open. All of there are 5 men in here. They're all sweating. 2 of them are half-orcs, 3 of them are human. And they're moving these massive boxes, 6 feet long, 3 feet wide, and they appear super heavy. And they're just moving them over to one side. And you can see on each one of these is a symbol emblazoned. It's just a pike head. It's just kind of a circle and then a pike head. Roll a history check with disadvantage. Actually,
I know this city
for you,
really
it's a
well.
straight roll.
Natural 20.
Fucking hell.
She even changed dice.
She's done business with them and is on good terms.
It's the Joshua version of a whisper.
Which is good, because it's not like you could easily come around the table and get right in
it
our
would be
ear.
tricky. That would be, especially with the new mics.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. We have to like
I'll take you, bitch.
You already did.
Yes.
I'm so happy that when I stop doing things, I can count on you guys to bicker and just keep people entertained.
You shot me in the back.
I promise we really do love each other.
We do.
We do.
I don't love this person. I don't even know him.
Maddie hates him.
Yeah. He's
I'm not worthy.
Oh.
He's not worthy.
Oh, bother.
I don't go home with him. We don't have 3 cats.
Not at all.
Not anymore, we don't.
No, it's just Yui,
I'm
your
gonna shoot
little
one of them in the back.
princess.
What? 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 We can't be
What?
kittens. Thank you all.
Oh,
Tell me this.
our kitten.
They were carved up by someone in the basement.
No,
Hey,
Mr.
interesting.
Jellybeans and
They're
Is
all
this
fine.
the-
Okay. It's just that someone has his little
Yes.
princess.
Oh, that his
So,
Baby.
the door, sorry, as you kind of peek in, you see these, one of them goes, shit, they're back. And they all kind of freeze. 4 of them are currently holding these giant crates and they look at you. And they all look back at the one guy. Who stands up from where he was resting, kind of brushes off his hands, strides over the door. You shouldn't be here. This is not your business.
Oh, I totally understand council business. Carry on.
All right. Thank you. Just kind of closes.
Council business. Carry on.
What does that mean?
Oh, well, let's just say that they appear to be working for someone in the council. The town council, city council.
Really?
Yes.
This is the Council of Merchants. This
Okay.
is the ruling body.
And it appears to me that if we work for the city watch, who do we work for?
Exactly. We work for the city. Makes sense.
We work for the city council, don't we?
Sure. I'm an upstanding member of my guild.
Insight check.
Roll an insight check.
Natural 20.
Inside is 22.
Lying out her ass.
I
Totally
knew it.
lying.
No, it's just totally truthful. Okay. So you guys.
Pause here for one moment. I'm just going to take a quick stroll around the building, see if there are any windows.
I'll come with you.
Well, that answers my next question.
I'll take a quick stroll around the building and see if there are
Yes.
any windows.
There is one high up
I went with her
on the opposite side of the building.
How high?
It's just like it's a small window
Excellent. How high?
that looks like it's basically just there to let in some natural light, but that's about it. For the most part, this appears to be a warehouse type building,
Delightful. How high?
about 15 feet off the ground.
Okay.
I'm 5'10",
Right.
so not tall enough.
However, you're 5'2".
That'll almost not get you there.
If we Cirque du Soleil this,
So that'll get you 11 feet,
true. Then I'll
provided
hop.
everyone's standing, perfectly high.
Well,
Believe me. So
I
Let
don't
me-
get as hurt if I fall on the ground.
So, do you think you could hold her up and then she could hold me up?
Her? Yes. I don't think so.
Do you think you could hold her up and then you could hold me up?
Her? I don't think so.
Come now, ladies.
You're a lot stronger than I am.
That's how all good stories.
It's either that or I have to climb this, and you know
Okay.
how old I am.
How much do you weigh?
You
That's
never
a
ask
personal
lady
question.
if she weighs.
Like,
I'm very slight in build, but I'm very tall. So I'm not...
I weigh 108 pounds.
Yeah, I probably outweigh you, but you're much stronger than I am.
Fine, I'll hold you on my fucking shoulders.
This is gonna end fabulously,
I
guys.
have elven grace.
So you're holding whom? Talia. And Talia, you're holding her.
I'm going to die, but it's gonna be fabulous.
My fourth graders tried to do this on the playground yesterday. It did not end well.
I need you to roll an athletics check, and I need you to roll an acrobatics check.
What about me?
Also an acrobatics check.
Delightful.
Oh, this is gonna be good. This is so good.
Natural 20. Look at it.
You don't even need them! You find yourself just rising off the ground towards the...
This will put a smile back on your face,
You
Josh.
didn't by any chance happen to roll a natural 1, did you?
No, but it's
No.
close.
I had a 4.
Alright.
I mean, I built a composite DC off the 3, and you did, 2/3 of it.
I rolled 15.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like,
He's like, fuck
Am I
you
small
guys.
enough with my little shoulders to get through that window?
Yes.
Good.
As you get up to it, you look in. They're mostly done.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm not interested in them. I'm interested in what's in those boxes. I'm waiting for them to leave.
Okay. It's a good 10 minutes before
Ow.
they finish up.
Oh, I'm not on your shoulders anymore. I'll put them in the thing.
Roll another athletics check, acrobatics check. Disadvantage because you're in the snow! Nah, just straight roll.
all of us?
Yep.
Not natural 20.
DC's lower because you're already in the position.
9.
So 9. Okay. You manage to stay in that position. They eventually leave, go out the front door.
It's all those jerks they did.
Front door closes. The window has a latch on it.
Is it locked?
It is an interior latch. There's not a lock on it. There's just kind of a latch inside that you
my
can undo.
hooks around it to go bing from the inside. Is it from the outside to lift it from the inside?
Break it into a car style.
There's not really any kind of crack or groove, like open groove, but you can try if you want to go ahead and roll me a thieves tools.
So excited.
Natural 20.
It isn't. It is a 9 though.
You try, you can't quite kind of get anything in there. You're gonna have to break it if you want to get through.
All right, so I'll wrap another part of my cardigan around my elbow and go do that.
Okay, you do that. Glass shatters in. You reach in, undo the latch, open the window, and
Fingerprinting in this thing. I use
No,
another
they
piece
do.
of my
No,
cardigan
they
to
have
cover my
magic.
fingers. Yeah.
okay. So you drop. So if you drop down the window, it's about you got 15 feet up to get back up to it.
So this isn't a double layer building.
No.
And I went through an upper story window. It's
No,
just a
this is
straight
all
up high window.
it's a tall building, but it's all one room. It's built so that things can be stacked high.
Can I do an acrobatics to land here? 15 feet down.
Sure, go ahead and just roll an acrobatics.
Alright. See what I break. 15.
15. You kind of
Do I break a hip? Do I break an elbow? Do I
you
break a knee?
hop down there, land.
And I go to myself, still got
It's pitch black.
it. Fabulous. I am wearing my explorer's pack.
You are wearing your explorer's pack.
I go, ding, torch, bing.
Okay. You've got a torch.
I should say, bing.
There are a series of boxes in here. About 8 of them are the same ones you saw them carrying, just these huge boxes. And then there's a variety of smaller ones. Square crates, 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. Some fairly small boxes.
I'm gonna...
All of them stamped with that seal.
I'm gonna go try and open one of the big ones first.
The big ones. Go ahead and roll a strength check.
Great.
How are you opening it, by the way? Sorry.
Actually, I would try and jimmy it if it's locked. I wouldn't try
These
and,
are all like
bang.
nailed.
Nailed
Explorer's
down.
pack
These
comes
are
with a
not
crowbar.
really built to.
I don't think it comes
be
with a...
open.
Nah, not a crowbar. That would
No, I
be
think a Dungeoneer's
that's a
pack, yeah.
Dungeoneer's. Yeah.
So what are you trying to open it with?
I got off of your shoulders by now, Cora.
I feel like I am pretty strong. I got you.
Okay.
Do you have anything to try to open it with?
Not really, unless I could lever it with the butt end of a torch. That's wood. I don't know, it would be metal.
It's not really
Anything I see around
Maybe a
that would
dagger.
work.
They're
I
well-constructed
actually don't have a
boxes.
But there's anything in the warehouse that would be useful. Lantern,
It's
anything.
almost just completely bare except for all these
I'm
boxes.
gonna go to the door and open it. The front door.
Front door is locked.
But it's from the inside. It's been locked from the outside.
This one requires a key.
Oh, come
does?
on. Not
No,
everything
I'm
requires a
serious.
key. You can jimmy anything.
There are double-sided doors?
Yeah, no, you could try to use your
Yeah, I'm
lock
trying to
picks
open it from
I'm
the
sorry.
inside.
Okay, yes, you.
Yeah,
you
in other
can
words, to get
use
to my
the-
friends to help me out.
I'm sorry. What I meant is this one doesn't operate by latch. There's
Right.
an actual
Here's the
lock.
key. Yeah,
which,
I mean,
sure, you
need
could
it.
try to. Jim.
Alright.
This one is a tool.
Yeah. She's
Dang,
using
not
the
good.
tool.
You guys
Still
killed
only
this
11.
one down in that tunnel.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
Still only 11.
11 does not quite do it.
I suppose I can try it
The
again.
lock on here is more complex than a standard warehouse should have on it, and you know.
Yes, I do.
Not that any of you know that she knows.
But do you know that I know that I know that I know? I
Do
will
we know
go.
that we don't know that she knows that we know that we don't know?
You don't.
We don't know that she knows that we know that we don't know.
Yes, I will go and look at one of the smaller ones then.
One of the
Is it a
smaller
little bit
boxes.
less?
They're all constructed mostly the same. None of these aren't travel chests.
Mhm.
These are not, there's a lock and you
storage.
can pop it open.
Mhm.
Pop it open.
It's late.
Add some syllables in.
Firing on all cylinders.
Yep, we're all doing
These
that.
these are storage. They are all of the edges are nailed together.
Okay. And I'll do a straight strength roll and try and push this thing open with my tiny little halfling body and see what I break.
Roll a strength check with disadvantage.
Josh, can we
Excellent.
have come around the building to the front door again?
Sure.
I don't know where they are.
And
You guys head back around to the front.
could we hear that she was trying to open the door?
You guys have low light vision, and so
Yeah.
from the natural light from outside shining through that broken window, you guys can see you can see her moving around, looking
Oh,
around.
don't worry, I'm going to try
trying
this first and
And at
fail.
one point, you see her stop and just kind of.
I can see that if the window's 15 feet up.
So they have low light vision.
But the
How
window
can
is
they see that
15
if the
feet
window's
up.
15 feet up?
I
Wall.
know
No,
crawled in
they
there.
came down to the door.
You said
I'm
there are
sorry,
no
there's no
windows.
window in the door.
Yeah.
You don't see
Are we
shit.
looking through the keyhole?
Thank you.
It's like, how-
Don't worry, I'm going to
You
try.
look
I was
through
going to ask the
keyhole
same
and thieves'
question.
tools just kind of.
Take 11 points of piercing damage.
So now I have
I'm going to try this and then try something. And no right here.
right eye.
So, what are you doing?
Try this first, then I'll go back to the door. Okay, could have been worse. It's a, this is straight strength.
Yeah.
11.
11. With no tool,
Yeah.
like there doesn't seem to be any way of getting these open.
Okay. I'm going to go to the door and just go, tap, 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 tap. Hey guys. Ladies.
So,
I don't have any way to open the door other than to try and kick it in.
How about you try that, but you wait until I'm not on the
Ma,
other
stand
side.
back, will you please?
I will. Also, I know I already tried. I'm not allowed to try thieves' tools again after already doing thieves' tools. Yeah, I've already done it. I'm going to back away and get out from behind it, as in go to the side.
Okay. You try to kick the door in?
I'm going to channel D. Winchester.
Yes! Kick that door in a really hot way.
Daddy. And I'm going to kick in the door.
I'm sorry, you need to brood a little bit first.
Yeah,
and
brood.
be really
And then do a
upset
single
about your
tear.
brother.
And then do a single tear.
Sam, this one's for you. Oh, a non-natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay. With a splintering of wood, you kick that door straight in. The edge of the door just shatters inwards and the door swings open.
But they'll know that we were here
They'll
and
know
we're
someone
with
was
the
here.
city watch.
No.
No one knows.
We can leave it. No. Elkin, call the... blow the whistle.
We're not blowing it yet. Let us first. Well, by the way, did anybody hear that? I'm just going to do a quick scan of the street.
Roll a perception check.
Can I help her with that?
It's a non-natural 20.
Never mind.
You do hear people coming.
Oh, jeez.
And
Blow the
you-
whistle.
You see from a nearby alley. It's kind of, so you guys are kind of on the corner here. I'm so sorry. You guys are on the corner over here. You see a light of like a flickering light as of a torch coming from an alley over here, and you can hear footsteps kind of running towards this street in your direction, and you hear somebody going, "No, I heard wood breaking. Somebody's robbing something." And that's coming
blow the whistle.
towards-
Blow the whistle.
I'm not going to do it yet.
I
Blow the whistle.
rolled the
These big
die to see
boxes.
how many rounds they were going to arrive in.
Open one of these big
No.
boxes.
Blow the whistle.
You guys have one
I'm gonna
round
stand
of
on the.
action.
I'm gonna stand on the step,
Okay.
looking all official. Give me the whistle, Ma.
Give her the whistle. Let's
Okay.
open it. I gotta see what's in here.
I try and open it.
With what?
Brute
I
strength.
have a Dungeoneer's pack, so I would have
Oh,
a
excellent.
crowbar in it.
I can help her
Dungeoneers
with
does
the
have a crowbar in it?
It does. Yeah.
It does?
Try and
Okay.
help her.
Roll a strength check.
That won't help very much.
Another non-natural 20.
Nice.
Okay. You crack open. This is one of the big ones.
Yes.
Okay, so you've loosened one side. Okay? You can't quite open the whole thing. You're going to have to go around to the other side.
Fine.
Let's do it.
Okay? So you've got an action that you can try to do the other side with.
I will try if
Go ahead
you
and-
give me
go
the
ahead and roll a
crowbar.
strength check. And then it's up to how long Talia can delay them.
9.
9. You get it jammed in, and you kind of... You
Can
can't
I at
quite get
least
it open.
peek in?
You can. It's very dark in there.
Low light.
You used your action to kind of to lever it up. So on your next turn.
I'm gonna start heading towards where I hear the voices coming from.
Okay, you actually start walking
Yep.
towards them. Okay. A group of 5 comes kind of running around the corner, and they stop in the middle of the larger street where they see you. And
What's
they go,
the word for
"What's
today?
the word for today? Don't fuck up!" And you see all of their shoulders just kind of... We heard noise over here. What's going on?
We're investigating it. Back off.
we just finished our section.
That's
we
fine.
can come...
That's fine. We've got it. We've got it all handled here. Nothing to see here. You can just move on your way.
The password, so we'll have disadvantage. All right, if you're sure.
Yeah, we're sure. We're fine.
All right.
Hey, you should go check out, and I start explaining to them where the house with the blood cultist is.
You're gonna get them all killed.
What's your alignment?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make a mark over here
we were
on your
supposed to-
alignment.
Seriously, you should get some reinforcements and head that way.
That's all the way on the other side of your neighborhood. We're on this side of the...
There was some bad stuff there.
Look, that's in your neighborhood. This is right on the edge.
What are you doing here?
Because you're right on the edge. Like, we're
they
right
from
across
Riston
the
Point?
street, but you're talking about...
Do you have dodgy basements to explore on your end of town?
So they're from Riston Point. You're directing them to something all the way over
gotcha.
here.
Okay. Do you have dodgy basements to investigate on your end of town?
Not so far.
Good. Keep it that
We
way.
completed our patrol.
Hey, this is our last stop, okay?
Look, okay, we were just trying to help out.
No, I
We're-
appreciate it. You know, you're great people, I'm
All
sure.
right.
What's your name, by the way?
Braden.
Braden? I'm Talia. I'm the scribe's daughter. I work, I live over there.
Wink.
All right, I'm the blacksmith. I live over there.
You know Soren the scribe?
Oh, history check.
No.
Okay, that's fine. Not everybody is. He's kind of quiet.
All right.
That's my dad.
Cool. Good
So
luck with
you
your
do
patrol.
You do good blacksmithing? I might come see you sometime.
It sounds like there's a lot of noise. You should probably go investigate that now.
They have it handled.
All right.
But have
So
a
you
good
just
night.
gonna chat with him in
Yeah.
the street there. All right.
She was looking for a boy.
She was.
Not that
Okay.
kind of boy.
Now she has a blacksmith.
You're gonna
named
try the
Brady.
other side of the
Yes.
Oh,
thing.
Brady, I
Okay,
should
roll a
write that
strength check.
Thank you, Cora. I'm not my best.
16.
16. I can't quite get it. These are really well secured.
Can I help her with that tiny little body?
I would like to rage.
Okay. Talia, I need you to, as more sounds come from where whatever they're trying to do in there, I need you to roll me just either a deception or a persuasion check as you attempt to keep Braden Davidson from insisting that
that's
he come
cocked.
and assist.
That is cocked.
Yeah.
That's neither.
Does he make two-wheel carriage by chance?
Um,
Does he manufacture
That's an
two-wheel
18.
carriages by chance? Okay, just okay.
that's an 18.
You continue keeping him in the
Okay.
street. Third time's a charm.
Davidson.
No, 12.
12. Okay, you can't. This side is not quite coming up. You guys head around to the other side and maybe try and loosen the other side of the coffin.
So you're admitting that it's a coffin.
Well, you called it a coffin earlier, so that's what I'm calling it
Sure,
for you.
it's not a coffin.
Oh, that's a
10?
10. Mm-hmm.
At this point, he seems actually a little charmed. You can see the other people behind... The other people in his squad behind him are going...
Dennis.
"Ah!"
So,
And you see one person just like...
Get it?
I'm oblivious to all of that.
Okay.
I'll just keep talking to him, explaining to him that our friend Almania plays at the Snowdrop sometimes, and he can come have a drink with us if he wants to.
With us or with you?
With us.
Not with us.
Not there.
I know.
And then, I should probably head back and see what they're up to. So,
Okay.
You good? See you later.
Try one more time.
Can I, lever my tiny body and help her do it?
Sure, with advantage. 21. Okay, you kind of crack that last part open, and you kind of open the lid, shove it off to the side. One last one. That was a loud noise.
It's okay, that's a 19. I'm giving him my best smile.
Okay. Braden Davidson and his patrol head off back to Riston Point. You push the lid off.
What is in here? Oh my dead gods.
Just dirt.
Dirt?
Are you
Just a
kidding me?
giant box filled with dirt.
I instigate the box.
Roll an investigation
Just
check.
dirt? I mean, there's nothing else in there? Dig around.
Roll
if I
an
need to.
investigation. So you're digging around in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there,
Roll an
like,
investigation check.
What are the tools that paleontologists use, to dig up dinosaurs?
Fuck you, okay? It's dirt! I mean, I hate to waste a natural 20 on this, but there's just dirt in here. But I also need you to make a constitution saving throw.
Delightful. I knew there was
Because it's
something.
just dirt.
It's just dirt. 12.
12?
You have pneumonia from breathing in the dirt
Breathing
from
in
your
the
natural
dirt.
20s.
Yeah.
You sift
all the
through
20s.
you sift through the dirt. There does not appear to be anything in here. But as you kind of pull your hands out of the dirt, you're when you have kind of like the touchy-feelies where you're on the edge of a sickness and it just everything kind of hurts. You feel kind of those pangs run through your hand. You can't quite tell, right? You knew arthritis was going to show up eventually.
Pretty dexterous for an old
Or
lady.
there was something in the dirt, you're not sure. And that will go ahead and...
Before you do that, I get a sample and put it in my...
You're not going to eat it.
And
take a sample
and
and
I
put
write
it
a
in your
note.
bag.
And I write a note for the city watch.
Saying somebody broke in!
What does your note say? You guys are heading off after this?
Oh, yeah. We're
Oh,
going.
okay. Okay, sure.
I'm going home to
So
take
you
care of
leave a
Lyra.
note. What does it say?
Something. I assume you showed me the dirt.
Yeah.
Right. Something weird is going on in here.
Yeah, go ahead and write that.
I'm not going to
Something
initial
weird
this one.
going on here, and you just tack it to the outside door with its shattered
Something
door
weird
frame
going
next
on
to it.
here. Found it this way.
Yes,
Found it this way.
found it this way.
clearly a burglary.
And I will blow the whistle.
And you blow the whistle. And with that, your patrol comes to an end.
And then I'm
You've
gonna go home to
successfully
my mama.
defended your neighborhood against the vicious rats, weird, bizarre cultist, and his conglomeration of limbs. What else? Giant moths.
Yep.
Okay. You dropped 2 of your party members, but you managed to ensconce them somewhere safe. And we'll go ahead and end tonight's episode of
My little poisoned dart through the
It Gets Worse.
I'm gonna go home to my mama and
Thank you
have
so much for
nightmares.
joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you to our new subscribers.
Yes,
First
yes,
subscribers?
yes.
I don't know how anything works.
Well,
Have a good night.
Bye.
We'll be back next week.